started out alive, man, that was the play. Streaming every night, building up the sway. But as the sight faded, had to find my way. Now I'm hopping platforms, surfing through the fray. Got my crew behind me, yeah, we call them givers. Chillin' IRL, catching all the rivers. Farkle in the chat, bringing loss to the grind. Talking cripple games while we sippin' Jack Fine. Gives a minute, yeah, we take our time. Living in the moment, the life's a subtle rhyme. From the land down under, streaming through the night. New Zealand vibes, surfing waves day to night. Always looking for the next thrill, that's where I ignite. Community so solid, always shining bright. Rolling deep and cruising for the height. From the struggle to the stream, it's all just a game. But with the giver found, we're making our name. Jack and crypto profits, life just gets sweeter. Every view and every stream, making life a keeper. Gives a minute, yeah, we take our time. Living in the moment, life's a subtle rhyme. From the land down under, streaming through the night. Got my heart on my sleeve, everything feels right. So here's to the journey, no regrets in sight. Each laugh and each tear, it's a beautiful fight. Keep the wave rolling, let the good vibes flow. We're the givers, together in the show. Gives a minute, yeah, we take our time. Living in the moment, the life's a subtle rhyme. From the land down under, streaming through the night. Got my heart on my sleeve, everything feels right.
Hello, the internet. It is Sunday, the 3rd of August, 2025, and welcome back to the channel. And welcome back to the stream, and welcome back to partai.com. Just going to say a quick little summary of what went down. Everything's fine. There might have been a little overreaction from a moderator on the site to ban my account within 7 minutes of me doing something wrong. There was discussion in the Discord, and then there was a ticket, and then there was a retraction, and someone else jumped in and said, look, that might have been an overstretch. Next time your niece joins you on stream, just make sure you kill the camera if you walk away. My bad for doing that. I'll take that. I should have just known. I should have just accepted or understood that terms of service generally don't allow a young person to stream, period. Not just on party, anywhere. So that was my bad. I should have just killed the camera and let her stay there, but not visually on camera. So everything's fine. It's back to how it was. That's also given me time to sit back and tinkle with my Rodecaster Pro 2, and I think I've got things much, much, much better right now. I feel like the audio levels are perfect, and I've changed some settings on my bit rates, and everything seems pretty good. The only thing I can't do is fix this hideous head. If you want to watch my content, you got to put up with this head. That's a given. So today, I'm pretty excited for this. For those of you that know, well, there's been a change in my life in the last few months, and there's a connection. There's a South African connection. I'm trying to do the accent as best as I can, and the connection includes. I'm not. I'm trying to respect the wishes of a secondary party, and so I'm not going to speak too much about that, but there is a connection to South Africa, and this connection has extended itself to trying some South African food. In this instance today, I'm going to be trying Biltong for the first time. Now, Biltong, I don't know if I'm saying that correctly, B-I-L-T-O-N-G, Biltong, is a South African version of beef jerky. Don't trust me? Let's ask the GPT machine. What is Biltong? You're giving feedback on a new version. Okay. Response 1. I don't know what's the difference. These both look the same. Whenever it does this, I'm like, yeah. I'll just go this one. So biltong is a type of dried cured meat that originated in southern Africa, especially South Africa, Zimbabwe, Namibia, and Botswana. Here is a quick overview. What is it? Traditionally, it's strips of meat that has been salted, seasoned with spices such as coriander, pepper, vinegar, and air dried. Ooh-wee. Think of it as similar to beef jerky. That's what I said. But the preparation, texture, and flavor are different. Okay. How is it made? Meat is sliced, usually beef, but can also be game meats like kudu. I don't even know what kudu is. Ostrich or venison being young deer. It's cured with salt and vinegar. The vinegar helps prevent spoilage and adds a tang. Seasoned with coriander, a signature flavor. Hung to dry in a cool, airy environment for several days. The texture and taste. It's thicker and more tender than jerky. That sounds rad. It's less sweet and smoky. Instead, it's savory, tangy, and spiced. Wow, that's definitely my flavor. It can be thin sliced to eat as a snack or used in cooking. Common ways to enjoy it as a protein snack on its own. Chopped up in salads, sandwiches, or scrambled eggs. Now, hold the phone. That sounds rad. Scrambled eggs with biltong. Paired with cheese and wine. If you like, I can share ideas on where to buy it or how to make it yourself. Go get it. I've got some here from South Africa, dude. Hey, ChatGPT, thank you for the offer. ChatGPT, thank you for the offer. But I have a direct line into South Africa. This is me mouthing off. And I have some genuine homemade biltong right here to try now. So take that. That's epic, Benon. You've scored proper level biltong. He's not using that right. Straight from the source. Can't beat that. If it's homemade, you're in for a treat. Expect a bold coriander kick, that's a signature, a nice chew but not rubbery like jerky, a vinegary tang if they went traditional, and if it's fatty biltong, that melt in your mouth. Oomph! Enjoy, mate. Savor it slowly, and if you end up hooked, you probably will, I can help you set up your own biltong box at home when you run out. Let me know how the first bite hits. By the way, I am streaming this everywhere. If you want to watch, wherever you want to watch, you can chat. I've assessed that the chats are all working. You can chat in the chat that you choose, and I'll see it by watching the chat. Do chat. Don't do this like yesterday when no one said anything for ages. It's boring. But I have the biltong right here. I have a chopping board. I have my chef's knife, which is freshly sharpened also by South Africa. And here it is. I've been told what to do with this. I've been told to thin slice. I've been told to keep this room temperature, wrapped in, what's this called again? Paper towel. Keep it wrapped in paper towel, keep it room temperature. When you're about to eat it, unwrap it and slice it super thin. Oh shit. Okay, so a whole bunch of crap just fell out. Looks like pepper. I don't know if you caught that, but my desk is filled with pepper right now. Let me smell it. Oh. Okay. That's, what have we got going on there? Why can I smell? I smell like a, you're supposed to smell with your mouth open. I've never been able to grasp that, but when you're sipping whiskey, you're supposed to open your mouth and smell. Apparently that activates more of your sensory perceptions. It smells like a it's got a combination of. It smells like a store, like a dry goods store. I want to say I can smell coriander, but I can't. I don't know what I'm smelling. I'm smelling some kind of dried herb, but not coriander. I can't handle it any longer. Let's slice a thin strip and see what this is all about. Get my kniffy. We're going to slice this super thin, as thin as I possibly can here. Should I go lengthwise, or I guess I'll just go on this angel? Okay, it's pretty thick. Okay. Here is a super thin slice. Oh, by the way, I'm using autofocus now. I don't know if that's working better. I'm using autofocus. He Knows Gaming. How you doing, man? How you going? Thank you, dude. Thank you for the messages before. Everything. I addressed that at the beginning of the. He Knows Gaming, one of the mods in the Partai Discord. I did address that situation at the very beginning of this stream, but thank you. Everything's cool. It's all back to normal. Next time I have my niece on stream, I will certainly kill the camera if I've got to take a call. Check this out. This is the size of the biltong. I don't know. Oh, that's not going to focus. Hang on. I've got to somehow cover up my eyes. And you will see. There you go. I don't know how the GH5... Look at all the, you can see all the herbs in there and oh man, that looks rad. Okay. All right. A little slice of South Africa entering my system in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ooh. Ooh. Oh man. That is rad. That is like, oh, that's peppery. That's smoky. That's like barbecue saucery. Ah. I don't know if that was just, there's fat in there. Can you see, let's cover that up again. Can you see this fat? Wrong side. Can you see the line of fat there? That line of white, that's fat. Looks kind of like beef jerky. Yeah, this is South African beef jerky. That's my best South African accent. I'm not very good at South African, but yeah, that's what it is. Beef jerky equivalent. And there is okay. So texture wise, that little fatty bit, that little fat vein, reminds me of when you get a grizzle on a steak. When you're eating a steak and you get like the grizzle. But that flavor is so rad. Holy crap. That accent was on point. I always mess up South African and kind of morph into New Zealand. Speaking of New Zealand, I'm wearing my staff shirt from when I lived in New Zealand. This is the staff shirt that I had when I was living over there a few years ago. 3 winters ago. This was the staff shirt that I had to don while working on the Remarkables and Coronet Peak for NZ Ski Bro. That was that's Kiwi Bro. That's slightly, the Kiwi accent's slightly different, but also slightly similar to the South African accent. Yorichi Soulbound, how you doing, Yorichi, over on soulbound.tv? How you doing, man? Let's get another slice going. I feel like I'm gonna eat this. When I find something I like, I eat it almost to the, like, I don't know, I can't finish this now, there's too much, but it's like a good bag of salt and vinegar chips. Once you crack that out and start going, you can't stop, right? That's what I feel like. Anyway, let's get another slice going on here. I kind of want to go a little thicker this time. I'm gonna ignore the prompts to go thin and go a little thicker. Excuse me. Okay, so you're gonna definitely see the marbling in here, and this time, let's get that up there. Cover my eyes. Wrong side again. Check the marbling in this. Look at that marbling. That's marvelous. Isn't that beautiful? Biltong. Nice setup. Love it. Thank you, man. Thank you, Richie. Man. This is too good. This is really good. Man. I'm going to show you all the spicing on here. Check this out. Doesn't that look rad? Doesn't that look so sweet? I could do that. I won't, but I could. I could certainly just hoe into that with a bite. And that's not how you do it. Okay, let's go. Last one here. Last one here, and then we'll just hang out on the stream. We'll continue on with that. The videos that we were watching yesterday. That one. What was that one channel that we were watching? It was really, really sweet. That guy bought that whole block of land, or that whole, you know, the dude. We were starting to watch that. This is too good. Dude, we have a new winner. I'm going to definitely need more of this. Now, I've got pepper and spices all over. And the best thing about it, you just wrap it up in this paper towel and stick it on your shelf. You don't refrigerate it. It's too easy, yeah? You don't refrigerate it. Just put it on your shelf. I could just put it on my... You know what I'm going to do? This is going to be a stream thing. I'm just going to put it up there. That's it. Stored. Stored for the time being. This is going to have to move, though. I'll get this. Just excuse the noise here for a second. Compressed air. Just to blow away all that, all the excess. Yo, Tristan, how you doing, man? What's up? Tristan over on Beam Stream. How you doing, Tristan? Beam Machine Stream.gg. So let's test something now, because like I said, yesterday we were messing around with setups and trying to figure everything out with my streaming setup with the Rodecaster Pro 2. I think it's working fine. We're not seeming to get any overload errors or anything. Of course, that could all come crashing down when we go to watch a YouTube video, such as the one we were watching yesterday. He bought a whole town in the middle of nowhere. Let's see how this plays. I'm hoping I can full screen it with the Command F. So we'll see how this rolls, because this is where we were getting sort of a little bit of glitching when we were watching videos. So let's kill that background tune and see how we go.
Another lady, Elizabeth, he kidnapped his student, Elizabeth, from Tennessee when she was 15.
Seems good so far.
Really a sad story. There's a lot of that on the news, you know. It was definitely...
Richie, if I was, I would be reaching on the drink behind you. Yeah. I always have, just for those that are new here to the channel, I always have a special bottle of Jack Daniels behind me. That lasts 10 weeks, and then we open the bottle. That's been a thing on this channel for about 5 years. And by the way, that bottle never, ever repeats itself. So what you see there now, you'll never, ever see again. And it's always Jack Daniels. That's the little thing of mine. So every 10 weeks, I've got a calendar alert in my phone, and it tells me that that's time to open the bottle, and we open the special bottle from the stream, and then we replace it. Right now, that's a very nice looking bottle, but it's staying there for a little while longer. I was going to say something else. Oh, the other thing I'll just tell you on a technical standpoint, I don't know if I should make a video about this, but I've got my setup so sweet right now for audio, right? The audio from a browser comes in from the browser into OBS, controlled by the Stream Deck Plus 2 with the volume knobs, into the Rodecaster Pro 2, which the levels are now properly set, and then goes out of the Rodecaster Pro 2 back into OBS to send it out to stream. So I can ramp up and down the volumes. Oh, I can't show it to you. It's the USB cable's not too long. Oh, no, there you go. You got a little bit of it. I can ramp up and down the volumes. I can't show it to you. Right there on the Stream Deck. It's pretty sweet. I've got that set up for Brave. I've got it set up for Firefox. And I've got it set up for Chrome, which is going to be interesting when it comes time to having call-ins, like panel discussions. I technically should be able to go to a new page on the Stream Deck and drill down even deeper into the Chrome, and each input on social stream or video ninja, not social stream's my chat, video ninja, I should be able to program those into the Stream Deck individually so I can ramp up and down each person's audio via the Stream Deck. That is so sweet. I got that. That's cool. And I'm using autofocus. I love it. Let's play.
Scene where we
So by the way, so this guy here we were watching yesterday, it's quite a lengthy video. We got about 25 minutes into it, an hour and 10. This guy bought an entire town. He's basically the mayor of it. He runs the whole joint, and we liked it, but we had some technical issues, so we stopped watching it. But here we are again.
Department, and the sheriff's department wasn't coming out here, and then we knocked on a sergeant's door, had a friend knock on the door in town. They said it was out of their jurisdiction, and we're on our own basically, and we had to call the FBI to come down here.
So you were living right over there, and the kidnapper was living right here?
No, he was just actually came through, and my caretaker who was living over here, he had some work to do, and the kidnapper needed gas. And he said, hey, you move these rocks and do some work around here that Monk's got me to do. I'll give you some gas of Monk.
Definitely haze him on YouTube. Hey, Gibbs, sorry for reporting your channel like a year ago. Who cares?
So he did, and then my other neighbor, who's technical, regulator out here, Pete and Bob and I regulate, mostly out here.
You're the law enforcement?
Yeah. He came down here and saw the guy was sketchy and was like, gave him 20 questions, still sketchy, went home, looked it up, and sure enough found him. And then came back, showed my caretaker. My caretaker's like, no, man, he's a good guy. That's not him, man. He's a totally good guy. Caretaker's also from Tennessee. So yeah, then we entrapped him. Hey, buddy, spend the night. What's up, friend? We got more work for you tomorrow. Meanwhile, Pete calls me up. He's like, Monk. I was like, what's up? He's like, we got this guy. He's like, wanted. I'm like, is he in the bar right now? Because there's no phones out here. He's like, no. I'm like, where is he? He's like, he's up in the cabin. I'm like, so why are you whispering, man? He's like, because it's crazy. I'm like, you're freaking me out. He's like, I was like, go grab homeboy, grab other homeboy, grab the shotgun and detain him. He's like, he's got a gun and he's got a hostage. I was like, well, call the sheriff's department, bro. He's like, I'm just making sure it's cool with you. It's your place. And I was like, well, yeah. That's how it is out here. We have to regulate.
By the way, I'm also streaming 1080 30. I dropped it back to 30 just for the little while to see if 30 is better. I might ramp back up to 60 at some point. But also I changed my encoder. I changed my encoder to a CBR, constant bitrate, and I set it to 6,000 keyframe intervals of 2 seconds, profile high, and I disabled B-frames. And I'm not seeing any stuttering or anything. I'm psyched. It's back. We're back. Everything seems to be working fine.
We have to be the own police. We're the fire department. And so basically the kidnapper took over, not took over, that would be the wrong word. My caretaker let the kidnapper stay in this cabin here that was half done. They were rebuilding because I was going to build about 6 of these.
How many years ago was this?
This is about 8 years ago or something. And so I stopped doing any work because my kids got older. Like everything's on hold now.
Cool cabin.
Yeah, really cool, man. Overlooking the creek right here. All the blackberries that get knocked out again.
Hey, Netskis, how you doing on Kick? Looking good, Gibbs. Thank you, man. Thank you, Netskis. If someone said to me, where would you encourage a viewer to watch the content? I would say watch it over on Kick, simply because on Kick you can trigger alerts. So the alerts come if you go !shop on Kick, it'll take you to where all those alerts live and you can trigger them yourself. Okay, definitely has them. Nice one.
School, or they're out of high school, pick back up. But so I started doing the cabins and I was like, well, I got to get someone to clean them and work them. And like, I can't even get bartenders out here. Like I have to, so any of the bartenders I have or any people out here or caretakers or groundskeepers, I house them. And so I have to take care of them and deal with them.
Are you looking for people?
Oh yeah, all the time, 100%.
Okay.
I'm done with dealing with degenerates or drug addicts or drug users or people with mental issues or people that, don't want to work and they want something for nothing, like it takes hard work. And I don't expect anything from anybody that I wouldn't do, except going crawl spaces because I don't really like crawl spaces. But other than that, man, like I do everything and I go all night, This is my homestead. I've had this the longest. So I pioneered other properties, so to say, started other properties and walked away from. But this place I've had for mid 20 years.
It's funny how they refer to like residents when you've got like land. It's not just called a home; it's a homestead. Why is there only homesteads when it's rural? Like, can you have a homestead in suburbia? Here's my homestead. It's the corner of Blackwood and Yellowtown Street. Homestead, right? What is homestead?
Great.
Yeah, I made this whole meadow, did all this orchard. You know, I think there was a couple of trees here, Thompson seedless grapes. I'd still be in this first cabin if I have kids. I mean, simple life, brother. You know, like it's easy. We live outside, you know. I keep it real still. Got an outhouse, chicken coop. I don't do chickens anymore. This isn't the kind of place you're gonna like raise animals necessarily unless you want to have a lot of work or a bunch of Great Pyrenees or a lot of dogs or you kill mountain lions all the time. Like if you want to get mountain lions, get goats.
You got a fire gaming room. The setup isn't though. Oh, you got a cool room. Got to have a sweet room, man.
Goats will bring the mountain lions. You want bears, get chickens. Everything eats chickens. Like the bobcat, lynx. I've had hawks come down. I've had everything. So that's chicken coop, and here's outhouse right here.
You don't use this stuff?
My friends do. Neighbors. I moved it from 3 different properties. This is my first outhouse. And that's so you can get in the winter when you're in like 3 feet of snow, because this was up
Outhouse. We call that a dunny, mate.
at 4,200 feet at my first like mini homestead.
Do you get snow here?
Yeah, we get a little bit, but then it melts away. But up on the road you came over, there'll be
Netsky, I watched the replay and saw what happened with Party. That sucks. Let me just tell you, I did already address this at the beginning of this stream, but I'll hit it again just briefly now. So there was a discussion in the Discord. It was a bit weird. They timed me out for 24 hours in the Discord for asking about it, but they also said submit a ticket, but yet you can't submit a ticket when you're timed out. And I think someone saw that and they went, oh, look, if this guy needs to submit a ticket, we can't time him out. So they untimed me out. They undid the timing out and said submit a ticket. So I did. And the mod who, what was his name? Dev Marvel, he came in and basically said, I did this because of this. And I said, well, you didn't really give me a chance to explain anything because first of all, I left for a phone call and Poopsie wasn't even looking at the chat. She was just watching the Minecraft video and it all happened within 7 minutes. And then he said that and he's like, I just did what I did because of terms of service. And then another mod came in and said he might have jumped the gun there. It might not have been, he might not have needed to ban you and terminate your account on that basis. And I said, that's what I think. And he said, as long as you can assure us that next time you have to go away from this, and if Poopsie's here, if you need to leave, just kill the camera, right? Just turn the camera off. She can still stream, but she can't be on camera. You got to split. If you got to split to get a phone call and she's here, that's how you do it. So I said, that's cool. I'll do that. My main concern was that they've erased my party points and I've spent however long accumulating those points with the knowledge that at some point they might be worth $1 value. I'm not suggesting they are. I'm not saying that that's what's going to happen, but that's what happened with DLive. You acquired all these Lino points and then they were convertible for $1 value into whatever USDT or whatever you want. So at this stage, they reinstated the account and everything's fine. I'm streaming there right now. The numbers are, and I brought that up too. I said, you got to fix that view botting crap because that's been there from day dot with Party. I see right now 26 viewers on Party, 26 viewers. It's right there because I multi-stream through BeamStream. I'll tell you the numbers right now of all the platforms I'm on live because you can see a cumulative total of 43 there. There's 2 viewers on Beam itself. There's 4 viewers on YouTube. There's 6 on Kick. Hello, Kick. There's 1 on Twitch. There's 3 on DLive. There's none on my Restream. That's cool. None on Trovo. 1 on Rumble. Hello, Rumble. None on Soulbound.tv. 26 on Party. 20. That's obviously been view-botted from the moment that website began because that's always been the way. Like, so I said, you got to fix that. You got to address that crap. So yeah, that's what happened. I get it. Yeah, that's where we're at right now, Netskis. But thanks for asking, dude. Thanks for asking.
10 feet, 8 feet, 12 feet. We snowboard off of that road.
Okay, do you ever get snowed in? Like the road isn't cleared?
Yeah.
Like what's the longest time you've been snowed in here?
Well, on this ranch down here in the river.
And now I see one on Soulbound. Interesting. I see you there commenting. Bam, Netskis. It didn't reflect as a view. Interesting. Soulbound has a reverse view botting problem. Do you know Pack God? Do I know Pack God? I do not. I do not know who Pack God is.
So long, a few days, but up on the mountain it's been months. And it came at a weird time, 'cause it's winter time, so I'm shutting everything down, you know? I'm winterizing everything, and the leaves are all around, but like...
Yeah, it's a beautiful time now.
These are my friends, all my friends love coming to this.
Wow.
Outdoor shower, there's nothing like the outdoor shower. It's like, I use this in the rudimentary form it is over indoor, I'll be out here, I keep this on till the very latest.
It's a lot of water.
My buddy Kevin did the rock work here. Man, I love this cabin. It's so easy to heat and keep cool. And it just keeps me back to my roots, Like the outhouse, this, like keep it simple, stupid, kiss, Like don't complicate life. I mean, this is all you need as a human.
Got a surfboard there.
And then, yeah, friends staying here now. And yeah, it's a cute little cabin, commanding view of an awesome meadow. And,
This puts off a lot of heat, yeah?
oh, dude, too much. In the wintertime, you'll have the door open there. This would be like a typical, like, hippie mountain cabin out here. Or, like, semi-typical.
Just like 500 square foot place or less.
Not even, man. 20 by 16.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, man. I didn't have a refrigerator for, like, 8 years. I was living out in a tent, out the mountain, dirt floor cabin for a few years in the commune, Like, this is uptown. I got this, like, I had to come up, But, I mean, this is the living room right here. It don't get any better than this. You gotta be really, like, comfortable in your own skin, Just take, like, a second, and, like, feel it. I could sit here all day, contently, bro, and just watch my friends, all my animal friends.
It's really nice.
I bet you when we come back here in another hour, there'll be a herd of deer in here, like a couple bucks, 12 deer, 10 deer. Like, you can walk up to them.
Right.
We name them, like, oh, there's Eric. Someone shot Eric, actually. But this is going to be garden shed, and so this is a winterization. I pretty much packed everything in for winter. The ranch looks a whole lot different. And this is our power room. Have you noticed the walls, how thick the walls are with Biltong? All this wood was milled up here, except the plywood. So this is the Discovery batteries, lithium ions right there. We're going to put those baby dolls up on the wall.
These are good ones?
Well, I've got a stall there.
Are they better than the Teslas?
Yeah, Tesla's like,
Not as good as these?
no, Tesla's like town battery. For the price point, and for the storage, and for the, no. With Tesla, I don't think so. Sorry, Elon. But this is our Radiant Outback, so I have 3 of those over there. I'm going to have 2 of these right in here in this room. And that's the project I was going to do this week. Dig the trench out. I already have it half dug, and then pop this wire in the ground to a pole, mount this stuff, and hook it up. See,
So do you live on this property?
Yeah. See, I got Tesla, man. I'm cool too, man. I'm hip. Yeah, I remember Bob and I met Elon Musk inadvertently at Terrapin Crossroads in San Fran. We were just completed this
Inadvertently?
project, and he had the whole Solar City crew there, and we know who he was. I don't know these people, but I was like, we were talking to him and his whole crew, and we're like, who is this guy? He kind of looks weird too. I'm like, I don't know, something about him. You can kind of tell people are people. And then years later, we're like, oh, that was that guy, Elon. It's like, damn, Bob, we could talk some solar stuff. Little did they know, they thought we were just a bunch of redneck hillbilly greennecks, like, you just set up a whole town, dude, and do this whole solar system,
Okay, in this part of the state, explain that.
Yeah.
Rednecks and hippies and greennecks.
So, yeah.
There's sort of like a crossover between the rednecks and the hippies, right?
Yeah, it's like a hillbilly.
Are you going to unban me from your kick chat? I don't even know who you are, dude. But if you got banned, you deserved it. I don't ban very often, but if you got a ban, then you deserve it.
Yeah. So there's the hippies and the rednecks and then the greennecks. It's like you do redneck aspects, but then you have hippie aspects as well. Like, you get into organic gardening, food, maybe a little conscious about wildlife and the earth and other stuff. But then, you shoot guns, 4-wheeling, drink like some cheap beer maybe. And then, you have a little more redneck concepts. And you mix it together, you got a green neck, And so we're kind of like a green neck, people call me hippie, and I'm like, I'm not a hippie. And the hippies.
I'm Hasm, the person that sent you the Kinoto pet song. Yeah, so the thing with that is, every time you've come into my stream, you've tried to dictate the whole content by sending this, sending that, making us watch this. We're doing the shit we want to do, but yet you want us to change to do what you want to do. That's not how it works, man. If you want to do that, do your own stream. Just saying.
Like the hippies from the commune.
And I think from memory, I think you just kept insisting And we were like, dude, if you keep that up, I'm going to ban you. And you kept it up. So I banned you. And now you're doing it in my YouTube chat, right? Do I know Pack God? No. I said I don't know him. You try to send a link to one of his diss tracks. Why would I want to watch that? Why would I want that? It's not your stream, dude. Go and do a stream and watch Pack God. Be good. Have a good time.
Hippie. But like the East Coast hippies got nothing.
And by the way, were you're the same person that said, sorry for reporting your channel a year ago. Then you know what? You can fuck right off. Hard user. I don't want you, man. If you reported my channel, you're gone, dude. Get him out of there. And you admitted it? You admitted in my chat that you reported my YouTube channel? Get out, man. Then never come back. Never come back. You're not welcome here. What an idiot.
Like the West Coast hippies are like the real hippie. You ain't seen hippie for nothing on the East Coast, man. You'd be like, oh my God. That's why I think other people like me might be a hippie. But it's like, no, I'm green neck, or a hillbilly. So this building, I built this as a guest cabin and like a spot for my friends. And
Oh, this
so there's
is
another
great.
bed here I put in here
This is
too.
cool.
And then the kids stay here. You get a nice view of the garden and the whole nice view outside here. And all this wood was
Yeah, beat me to it, Dale. Right on. I mean, I read that comment. Hey, sorry for me. It was me that reported your channel incorrectly last year to YouTube. And this person came in and acknowledged that, and I didn't do anything. I should have banned him immediately. I shouldn't have even said anything. I should have just banned. Did I ban? The best thing, let me just pause for a second because now I'm on a rant. The greatest thing on YouTube, the greatest feature, hide user from channel. Why is that so rad? Because the user doesn't get any indication that you've been hidden on a channel. So they keep going ahead and posting comments and chatting and watching and upvoting and downvoting, doing all the things that they thought they were doing before. No one sees it though. Not even I see it. The moment you hide user from channel, it literally just hides the user. But they continue to post and think that why is this guy not answering me? Because we don't even see it once that's been done. You don't see anything. It's the greatest feature ever on YouTube. There's many bad features on YouTube, but that one's a good one. How you doing, Dale, by the way? It always astounds me how idiotic some people are. Yeah, and then to acknowledge it in the chat, to come in and say, yeah, that was me that did that, then did you want me to ban you? Is that what the idea was? You wanted me to actually do that? Because I'll do it. Easily done. Easily done.
all this wood came from Salmon River, shaped on site. My wife and I started building this about 10 years ago, and it's awesome.
Look at that house, dude. This guy's rad. He's a handyman. That's a rad house. How's that staircase though? Holy shit.
Cement board. My wife's house burned down twice. And so everything we build from now on has been cement board, hardy board. These stairs are just construction stairs. They come off, and I'm gonna hardscape this.
Okay.
And then especially the ventings are even special fireproof vents, you know.
Earthquakes aren't an issue here.
No.
Okay.
And this is back around here. All my buildings on all my properties have that sprinklers, galvanized steel pipe.
Oh yeah.
Going up, you know, that's a massive rainbird, so I can create a wet zone. And then if you see up there in the forest, all around the whole entire forest and my whole property,
Right.
I have
Those poles.
these T-posts, with cement, with
It's a good point, Dale. Imagine he built that in that location, how remote it is. Like all the lumber and all the tools have to be all shipped in. Yeah, that's big task. Hauling materials out there. Yeah, I mean it's like a Toothboy, right? You know what this is? This is a cooler Toothboy, a cooler TB.
galvanized steel pipe and sprinklers on them. I have another one over there.
Yep.
And they go around my whole entire property. And so whenever I have a problem, I pop a hard line on one of those pumps into the soft line here, and I create a wet zone around my whole property. It's real out here, man. There's such things people don't have to realize. I'm a fireman, a cop, I'm the army, I'm the civil engineer, I'm a goddamn bartender, I'm a psychologist, I'm a gas attendant, but I tell my friends I'm just a glorified maintenance man at this point. So like,
Oh, cool.
all the wood here came off the Salmon River and everything was milled. I did all the beams.
This guy's obviously an ex-musician, right? There's drum kits and keyboard there, and he's talking about touring with some other band a while ago. So I wonder how he made all his money. Like, is he from a very well established band and he tours with them still? I don't know. Pretty cool though. I can pitch a tent.
You know, see, and
That's about it for as far as home building. I got to say, I'm not very good either. I'm not very good. Yeah.
Jimmy Johnson milled it from logs that were up here, and then Ariel shaped, all this wood was shaped on site. All the quarter round, half round trim.
It's really quality work.
Every single thing you see here was shaped on site.
Yeah.
All this wood, and it's all from local, right up the street here, up the road, street, you know.
So you kept some of the hippie roots doing the loft like that.
Yeah, so this actually cabin is its own cabin right here. So this is the cabin itself. This wasn't not here.
Oh, okay.
So imagine there's the window right here. So that was your sleeping loft.
Wow.
You got your bathroom, and then you got your kitchen, and this is your chill area, and then you have your front yard's a meadow.
I'm noticing it's a little jerky there. I think Firefox, I don't know, Firefox seems a little sketchified. I might drop the resolution here down to 720 and see.
This place, like honestly, man, and the honeymoon does not ever end. Like it really doesn't. Like every day is just beautiful, another day in paradise. And like there's the honeymoon phase, but it's...
To be fair, when people see this through video, it's total honeymoon. It looks amazing. Like I want that.
Yeah.
You're rare.
It's work.
You're
dude.
rare,
It's
right?
work. Yes, I'm rare.
I just want to be
very
real
rare.
with everyone.
Yeah, I'm super rare. You got to put in a lot of work,
Wait.
a lot of gumption, and you
What does rare mean in that instance? I'm rare. He's a rare form of a person who can do the work. What does that mean? He's rare.
have blood, sweat, and tears, and you got to have hands like.
And you got to have the money to pull it off.
And you got to have the money to pull it off. If you can come up with that, that's the $1 billion like.
Starlink exists out here, right?
Yeah, but then you're talking techie stuff, and so then you're living out here, and then people kind of want lattes and other stuff, and they have education that they own a lot of money on for college and for bills and for, you know, loans and stuff. Yes, for sure, that is the next phase, is restoration or techie remote.
But is the remote person going to want to be doing all the work?
No, because they're going to be stuck in on the computer doing work, and they're not going to
want to
have
be
time to do
shooting at
homestead work.
bobcats.
Yeah, they're not going to, probably not going to be the chainsaw. You ain't run a chainsaw, you ain't living out here because you need heat.
I don't want to poke too much in your past and
go for it,
cut me off whenever you want. You know, tell
This
me,
should
don't
be
put that
interesting.
on camera. Back in the day, you grew weed, right?
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
So that you
yeah,
made
we were doing
decent,
it before it was cool.
You made decent money doing that.
Yeah, great. It was awesome. Yeah, way before it was cool.
Okay, so he made money selling drugs before before weed was legal. Interesting. Okay.
So when we were doing it, it was like we were following behind the guys from the 60s and 70s, and a lot of our friends who were doing it, we came up with a lot of the technologies that you use nowadays, like the nutrients, the soils.
I don't know if you should be acknowledging that. You made your millions by selling drugs when it was illegal, and now you got a homestead and you run a whole community and you're the landlord. I don't know if I'd be acknowledging all that.
The lightings, there's the hard goods, or maybe even the oils or the extraction methods. You know, my friends and came up with that. And so if you were in it back then and you're not okay now, then you've done something wrong and you didn't retool maybe.
But now that opportunity has gone away.
That opportunity is gone for the homesteader. That's the thing about back to the lander. And so they could come out to Northern California and Southern Oregon. And there's tons of mountain areas.
Statute of limitations has run out. I mean, interesting. Yeah, maybe it has. I don't know. I mean, he's in California. When was weed made when was it made legal, not illegal? Because that concept of making it legal removed the entire black market, of which this gentleman was probably, well, by any indication of what he's saying, he was part of that black market. It's funny how he's dissing technology though. He's like, well, we don't really want Starlink out here because then people will want lattes as well. No, the idea of being remote, in my approach, the idea of being remote somewhere is that you can still do what you did in the city without having to be in the city. That's the joy of it. You know, you can then, how much better is it to be able to walk out of your, whatever the house you live in, and go for a swim in the lake and then come back within 30 minutes, not even, or within 5 minutes, and then you can be back on your computer doing work. If you live in the city, you got to take a train or a bus, or you got to drive out to the sticks and go for a swim. That's your whole afternoon done. The idea of being there is being there and still doing what you normally do. That's how I look at it anyway. No one cares about weed in the US anymore. It's commonplace. Yeah. I mean, we're still in the dark ages out here in Australia. It's definitely illegal, and I don't know anything about it.
There's tons of water, and so they could grow marijuana guerrilla style in the national forest and the wilderness, and they could live on their homestead here, and they could eke out a living, you know. And then it became, you know, medical, and then you could live out here. But like, that was the economy. They could grow some weed And they could also do another job like logging, whatever the job was. They could supplement their income with that. And then some people just were straight up marijuana farmers, and that's how they did it, you know. And that now that that's gone, you know, it's kind of retooling our whole culture and our whole Northern California, Southern Oregon way of life. You know, because that's where these people came and settled this area after, you know, natives, the mining was the hippies and the back to the land movement. And that afforded those people to be able to come out here and live and homestead. And as well as a lot of those people who did come out here into these homestead areas, also, I'd say more than half came from prominent families where they didn't have to worry about money necessarily, you know, because their parents worked or they had an inheritance coming. It was the older school kind of thing.
Okay.
Their parents were they were born in the 40s and 50s.
So they didn't need the money.
So yeah, they had the privilege. You know, people call it white privilege, just the privilege of life. I mean, whatever race or color you are, you can go to Africa and a predominantly black place and people are privileged more than others. It's just privilege, and people either waste their privilege or they.
That ukulele guy on D Live grows his own, very high quality, massive buds. Is he Australian? He's in Oregon. Okay, sorry, I thought you were just alluding to Australia. Okay, cool, fair.
Good with their privilege, and then try to spread their privilege around. Some people, you know, it afforded a lot of those people luxury to be out here and live in homestead, not just here, but just Northern California, Southern Oregon, and buy those ranches. So those people are probably the people buying the land where the other people kind of lived on too.
Well, wasn't there friction in that? Because if it was the old school local up here, that was probably logging.
Oh yes, yeah, people burning hippies out. Yeah.
And they were like, they're working for every one of their dollars. And they weren't getting a trust fund or anything, so was there that friction?
Oh, there's a massive friction. There always has been a friction. There's still a friction.
There still is.
Oh yeah, for sure. And there always will be. Like the thing about marijuana, it was an equal opportunity employer for everybody. It depends what you put into it and what you put out of it, got out of it. You know, and some people did. Some people didn't.
Is he talking about it when it was illegal, or is he talking about it now when it's legal? Because it wasn't equal. From what I understand, it definitely was not equal for everybody when it was illegal. If you had connections, you were well better off. I seldom imbibe, not my thing, makes me stupid and lazy. I mean, look. Yeah, look, the same to me. I'm already dumb enough as it is without having to enhance myself to more dumbness.
And it also kind of kept the tweakers at bay because it gave the tweakers a job. And so the tweakers weren't stealing as much towards the end of the whole green rush thing, because like even the tweakers had some plants. And if they were stealing a couple of plants from someone. They weren't stealing like your generators or your car or random shit, you know.
Do you have tweakers out here?
Not so much anymore. I had them at the bar. I got law enforcement officers. I'm like, how many times have you been drawn on? They're like, never, once. I'm like, I've been drawn on 4 times. And, you know, it's mainly from tweakers or unstable people and me having to regulate out here. Everybody had that attitude.
Methamphetamine of the tweakers. Yeah, I figured it was something, a little more hardcore. It's interesting in this video, we haven't seen anybody else in this town. He's talking as if there's people around and there's people at the bar and this and that, and he's got law enforcement and people running around doing stuff. But aside from one helicopter that flew over the top, we haven't actually seen another person. It's a bit odd.
A lot better and everyone be living in peace. But everyone relies on everybody else to do stuff for them. So kind of living out here and being self-sufficient is like, when I go on the road, I move rocks out of the road. You know, we have the county guys, but I do it. You know, we kind of take care of ourselves and take care of our own community. Then it makes the need less. You know, we're creating this need with government and creating these projects because people don't say anything or they don't step it up or they get hopeless, you know, and you got to lift people back up. You know, like the difference between like Fish and the Grateful Dead is like when I was on tour with both our friends that work for Fish and Dead family, you know.
Wait. He was on tour with the Grateful Dead and Fish? Phish. So is he was in those bands, or he was a drum tech or something? I don't want to search it up. I want to find it as we go, like who this guy is.
It's a Grateful Dead. If someone's on the ground and hurting or is passed out, someone pick you up, make sure you're okay and alive. And a Fish show, like someone just walk over you, you know. And that's kind of like a different societal kind of thing of like the Grateful Dead's peace, love, and granola, and they're love and happy. And Fish is like have fun, party, and like great music too, you know. And just a different kind of like headset. And a lot of those people crossed over, but some didn't cross over.
For those that don't know, a lot of people watch from around the world.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Music, Grateful Dead.
Music.
They were around forever. The biggest following, let's say, for the longest
biggest
amount of time.
cultural family following. Cultural family following. The Grateful Dead.
Wait.
I wasn't a Deadhead. I wasn't born one. You know, sure my parents listened, but you could go out there and you could go to a Dead show and experience this whole other.
Okay, so he's not in the band. He's not associated with the band. He's just a fan of the band. I'm still not sure what this guy does with music. I want to know. We're getting close, but not quite where we need to be.
Peace, love, and granola and happiness, and a whole other way of
I just
life or
farted.
aspect of the hippiedom. You know, we have other bands, Railroad Earth, and other, you know, festivals, but it's not that deep-seated hippie culture.
Is he a
that someone
promoter?
can go out and find on their own, and then maybe live that lifestyle or gather things off of that and integrate those into their life. They have to find other ways. It wasn't so much there. And the Grateful Dead broke a lot of bread, metaphorically, so to say, with their music and with people and with culture and you know, just the crossovers. And I think with the Grateful Dead being gone and that whole genre and the whole mindset, it kind of changed the whole Northern California as well.
I'm getting pepper from the Biltong. I still don't know who this guy is.
In the late 80s and the 1990s, the government repealed the Mining Claim Act and kicked all the miners off their mining claims. So we had 1,000 people living out here on the Salmon River, and they're all living on mining claims. All the private property on the Salmon River is patented gold mines. All my property is patented gold mines, or it's a patented ag land to feed the mules and the people that work the mines.
Yeah, it really is beautiful. It's stunning up there, Dale. Yeah, it's blowing me away how beautiful this is.
Those lands became private, patented gold mine or ag. And so they kicked everyone off the mining claims. You had 1,000 people living on mining claims, from people from the 1800s that had hand-hewn cabins, ranches, whole spreads like this. They gave them 90 days to leave. If they didn't leave, they'd come and burn your house down. So some people left, some people got lifetime tenors. They never ever did a 99-year lease up here. It was lifetime tenor, and you live there till you die. And that goes back to the government. Some people got allotted land, rare. And so they give you 90 days, and so people were up in arms about it. You can't just kick us off. We've been here for 100 years, my family. There's thousands of people.
I watched this tab a few months ago. Forgot who put it in your. Yeah, we're pretty far behind here in terms of the tabs, but it's been something that I've been enjoying watching. Yeah, for sure.
Our whole community, places like this, all up and down.
Someone's living there right now?
Yep, he built this place all by himself. He's still working on it. We're all still working on it. Never ends, man. It'll never end, brother. So they give you 90 days. People got up in arms. My father-in-law started the Salmon River Siskiyou Citizens for Housing Reform, and they protested it. So they have meetings, and when people go to meetings, the Forest Service notice they're gone, and they'd surround your house, guys with guns, law enforcement, and they'd bulldoze your house to a pile and burn it. And so they burned 1,000 people out of here easy. The guy that was in charge of it, name was Harry the Torch. He was the burn boss for burning all the houses and cabins on the Salmon River that people lived in. And one night, people went to town and burned his house down in Wairika. It's kind of fitting for Harry the Torch. So this is our other property down here. It's like a half a mile of riverfront. It's both sides of the river and road. I pretty much bought this piece as a community piece so we could all have a place to go swimming, and you'll get some good view when we come back for sure. Both sides of the river and road's mine. I'll tell you when it ends. And then past this property, I'm the last property, and then it's all federal lands for 16 miles about. There's nothing out there, not a house or anything. So the government kicked everyone off the houses and pretty much burned them out and killed the community out here.
The area looks similar to where Flo lives. He's in Oregon. Man, that IRL stream that you sent that screenshot from, it looked pretty sweet. That's pretty cool. He's out there doing the thing. Yeah, that's rad. He's just north of this video. Yeah. So Northern California, Oregon, right? Southern Oregon. Yeah, okay.
Got rid of the people that would go to school, people that participate in fire and rescue, people that go to community gatherings, as there is no private property out here. It's like 0.01% private property out here.
So how did some of it stay private?
Well, they were the pieces that people patented gold mines from back in the 1800s and the early 1900s. You could patent your gold mine, but it cost you $2,000. But why would I patent my gold mine for $2,000 when I just pay $5 a year for my mining claim and I have a house on it? So people didn't patent it.
Do you know whose land you're on? Who patented it?
I believe the Shasta Mining Company patented this piece of property, and it was little.
So he rents the land. Is that he pays for his mining lease $5 a year, and then he can have a house on it?
Hard to patent for sure, but it was out of reach for people, and people didn't buy into it because people that were living out here, they were coming in with mules and stuff, and like even when I moved out here, we didn't have nice cars. This is a ranch truck here, and I have 3 of these ranch trucks. Like this is just a work truck. You know, marijuana has afforded people the luxury to have certain goods and items, you know, and you know, tenacious work ethic. And this is my property.
So what he's saying, what did he say? Marijuana has provided people the ability to have all this. Basically, he's saying that we profited off people's addiction. Essentially is what he's saying. The people were addicted to this shit, and we grew it, and we profited it. He's kind of acknowledging a lot there. He's wealthy because of other people's suffering, basically.
This is my swimming hole. This is the Salmon River, and right out there is St. Clair Creek, and this goes up into the Trinity Alps Wilderness headwaters. That's all. You can drink the water out of there. There's no farms up here. There's no ag. There's no fences. Some of my community members drink the river water. They literally filter it and multi up here, and they drink the water.
It's not
There's
that
nothing
weird.
out there. Nobody lives this way for.
That's not that strange. Filtering creek water and drinking it. I mean, that's where do you think the water comes from? It's rainwater, right? It's just captured rainwater or snow melt.
We kite.
I know. There can be dead animals and bacteria. That's why you filter it, right? It's not like they're just going down there and drinking straight out of it.
This time of day in the summer, you know, spring, early fall, we're swimming. We're having barbecues. We're hanging out here, tubes across the river.
Oh, this swimming hole is perfect.
All the kids come down here, bring the gold pans down here, a gold cube, and we'll just do a little family panning, fun for the kids. Gives the kids something to do, a little entertainment, finding
You can
gold.
see the flakes in there.
No, this is actually...
What is that?
This is called your gold. Yeah, the your gold. My gold's the real gold. This is fool's gold.
My sister used to live in Santa Rosa, not real far from there. Santa Rosa, that's coastal, right? Santa Rosa?
But it looks like it, huh?
Pyrite, yep. It looks like it. And I've actually had some miners that bought a mining claim from somebody, had no idea, and they came up and said, yeah, I think he salted it. It's all gold everywhere in our claim. And my wife just laughs and said, oh my God, you guys, that's pyrite. They're like, pyrite? What's pyrite? They're from somewhere else, man.
It's near the coast,
I
not
told
right
the
on it.
kids,
Okay.
That's your gold.
Gotcha.
You can have all that.
$20
Mike
miles?
is quite
Okay.
an interesting guy. What a world out here. So guys, I want to tell you about another video platform I have off of YouTube. It's a place where I do more behind the scenes, deeper dives on things. A lot of these videos, it's the subjects talking. My other platform is more about where I'm doing the talking and sharing what I've learned with you guys.
Okay.
It's called the Inner Circle.
The
Would love
Inner
to see you
Circle.
there. We have a few different tiers. The top tier even gives you a postcard from me from every one of these big trips.
Ah,
I'll send you a postcard with my signature, and it's a real cool group where we all talk with one another, question and answers, those types of things. Would love to see you there. Link down below in the description.
Troy's a wild man right here.
Right spot.
Troy's
Troy
our
is.
mail guy.
Troy's the mail
our
guy.
mailman.
I drive this road
Yeah.
every day.
Yeah,
How
you
many
want-
miles are you doing a day?
106. I've been doing it for 7 years. I love it, man. It's beautiful. It changes every day. I see all kinds of wildlife and wild people, and
Wow, people, man.
pretty much dig it.
Yeah, Troy's like our extended community member and a lifeline. He's our lifeline, you know, because like think about it, like Matt, there's UPS and there's Troy. Other than that, like there's no other people coming in here like rain, snow, sleet, or hail, and like delivering whatever they got to deliver us, our packages, or whatever you need, or a part to make our power system go. or
Every
some
day you
cargo.
come in here, Troy?
Every day but Sunday.
Really? So there's that much mail to deliver?
6 days a week.
Whether or not there is or not,
Well, I
they
come
still
whether
coming
there's mail
out.
or not. I've got a little bit to deliver. About 5 or 6
And
people.
Troy's like historic, man. Like before, like it was Charlie Snap for like 80 years, and then who for a minute there's
Punky and Yvonne.
Punky and
they did it
Yvonne.
For a while.
for 10, 12, 15 years.
I think 14. Yeah.
14, and then
Over for them.
now 7 him. So there's probably only been 4 postal delivery people in the history of like the Salmon River out here, maybe.
so what happens when, like, heaven forbid, there's an incident? Like, what happens when someone's pregnant or someone's about to give birth, or, you know, like there's a major accident, like someone cuts their leg off on a chainsaw? Like, they don't have any emergency services. What happens then? Does this guy drive them 100 miles to the hospital, kind of thing? Like, there's a few things that haven't been really discussed in this video.
Is that an honor, Troy? To be one of the
I
few?
feel it is, you know.
Yeah.
It's cool.
We honor him, dude, every day, man. I love seeing Troy, man. And we get news from town or something, you know, like I don't have Facebook, Instagram,
Cops were all
nothing.
over yesterday, and
It's a good question.
some
Yeah.
game and shit. I don't know what was
Yeah.
going on.
They're out here, dude, doing last minute hunting stuff. I guess 6 people shot at the dummy deer. Methodist Creek, they had it for a little bit.
It's funny. It's funny when you see these people that like live on these homestead kind of like rural living, they always refer back to things of the city. Like he just said, "Oh, we hear news about the city, and we hear." So you still do need that. Like you can't fully disconnect. They still want to be connected, right? They still want to know what's going on. So I say, just get Starlink and be done.
Shot it at that, and they have a mechanical.
They
buck,
set up a dummy deer
and it moves
to
and
catch
shit.
people?
Yeah.
Catch poachers. I
Yeah.
wonder what they were doing out here.
Yeah, and then the random bear hunters. There's still some people who like to poach for gallbladders and stuff.
Yep.
And the
Unfortunate.
a lot of bucks right now.
Right on.
Yeah, right on. Awesome.
Take care, Troy.
See you. Drive safe.
You know it, dude.
Tomorrow.
You know it, brother. That's Troy, man. He's a lifeline, man. Simple life like that, you know. Troy does the mail, comes out here every day, gets to interact. He's just happy to be here, you know.
Troy's digging it. If he wants his solitude and just to drive, so that's what it is. Guarantee of the U.S.
People who choose this life tend to like the isolation, but then you still got to drive 100 miles every day to get the mail. Like, you know what I'm saying? It seems like this guy's driving 100 miles every day to get mail. To get the mail, dude. Like, that's a thing that I don't even consider. It just comes in the letterbox. Not even think about it. He's got to drive. So you like the isolation, but yet you still want to get mail that badly. You'll drive 100 miles a day. I don't know. There's something not adding up there. And it doesn't sound like he's employed by anybody. He just does it out of his own goodwill. So where's the money coming from? We already know this gentleman's wealthy from selling drugs before they were legal. But who pays for the fuel for this guy to drive 100 miles every day? Who pays for his time? He's got to still get stuff and live. Like, he needs money, right?
Postal service?
Yeah.
Like everyone gets service.
Yep. And like our phone service, so Siskiyou Telephone, they're one of the, I think, last privately owned telephone companies in the country, but they've been out here since 1800s, and they beam our...
Was the mailman who drove 106 miles? That was him. That was Troy. That's what he was, the mail guy.
Etna with these huge archaic dishes from the 40s onto the mountain to a repeater, to another mountain to a repeater. Then it comes down, we have phone for like a mile in Cecilville. And then that's it. Two of our neighbors still have the crank phones with the wire running through the trees.
Wow.
That's all wilderness right there. You can drive down this little road right here. So this is what the road's like for about, 30 miles. Cliffy, one lane. You got to stay on the right-hand side of the road. And the person on the cliff side has the right of way.
Yeah, no guardrails.
No, and over here there's some...
Many people overshoot these turns.
Oh yeah, look down here. There'll be some cars coming up here on the right-hand side.
Oh, no way.
Oh yeah, check this out. I think right around here there's an old car from the 50s right here in this one spot. And then there's a car from 2 years ago. Right about here, there's a car from...
Oh, no way.
Yeah,
wow,
there's another
okay.
car down there too. So our other friend, John, I'll park over here. I'll pull over here because it's bad blind. Our friend John went off the road right here, boom, drunk as a skunk, right?
Right
Wakes
here.
up in the morning time, on the upside down on the roof of his car.
Fuck,
Drunk,
wow.
no idea where he is. He went off the cliff right here and lived. Nobody goes off the cliff here and lives, but John did. You know, it's a kind of shame. It's like the people that are the drunkest, they live when they go off the road here, but the people who are sober as they go, they die or get hurt. And this is a one-chance road. This whole road, this will teach you respect. Right
Wow.
away. Like R-E-S-P-E-C.
No way, dude. You're very, very lucky to survive that. Holy shit. That's death, man. Deathly steep. What?
Stop, man, because you are gonna die if you go off here. If not, you're lucky. Little tiny tree will stop a big truck. Yeah, this
That's
guy, he
wild.
went off and died a couple years, 2 years ago. I have people come in the saloon and be like, hey, there's a car off the edge. And then we mobilize me, go looking for the car. And they'd be like, oh, what's that car? Oh, man, it's the same car. And so someone put a cone on it. And even with the cone on it, I had someone come in like a month ago, be like, hey, there's a car off the edge. I was like, is there a cone on it? And they're like, yeah. I'm like, you think the cone got put there? Or do you think it rolled on top?
Fair point.
We're like a magnet and a gravitational pull for outlaws out here.
Right, because
Yeah.
the guy we just met
Yeah.
with, He didn't want to be on camera.
No.
But he was a character.
Yeah, he's definitely a character. He's definitely an outlaw. And everyone's kind of like outlaw out here, and an outlaw spirit, have outlaw traits. But like, we get criminals from the outside area that come out here and they think they're gonna hide out here, or like get away, or they're wanted somewhere else. But it's like, first off, you're not a survivalist. You're like wanted for some weird stuff out in the town or city. So you're gonna come out here and you're gonna last for like a couple days, and you're gonna have to run out of resources.
Something weird going on with that video. I think my Firefox is too full with tabs.
Then you're gonna look at it, you're out here in the middle of nowhere, you're out of gas, you're out of whatever, food, clothes, you're gonna break into one of our cabins, and then we're gonna have to go looking for you with a shotgun. We're gonna door to door, and then we're gonna find you. And then what do you want us to do with you now that you've done all this criminality to us out here, thinking you were gonna come out here to our little community and hide out? You know, you're not, and we're gonna notice you right away. Like, you're gonna stand out like a sore thumb. Anybody who comes in my saloon, or anybody who comes around, the first thing is like, hey, how you doing? Where you from? You know, if they don't answer that, they're standoffish. It's either because like they don't like being pried, or it's usually because they're doing some aspect that they shouldn't be doing, you know? And most people are like, oh, from so-and-so.
It may just be the tab that's jerky. Yeah, there's so many tabs out, dude. We're gonna get through a few of them today. For sure.
Pretty cool. I get a good read on people within like a minute, like seconds even usually. This is our community center that's in need of a paint job, but we don't have the funding right now in the community to do the paint job, and that's our hose.
Are you saying it's the tab itself? Interesting. When you watched it, okay, interesting. Okay.
Because it's all the same people. That's where we need more people, is because it's always the same 25 of us that are like have time to do work, and so out of the 25 of us, 10 of us under 55 and under 35.
So what would it be you say you actually do here, Bob? What would you say you actually do in the town here? Because this guy hasn't really said, he said a lot, but he hasn't said much.
People that are over that are like, they can't be doing laborious work like this, you know, and scraping a building and doing work or donating money. They're fixed incomes. And so it's always the same, like, you know, the 10 of us, it's the same 4 or 5 of us out of that 10. And we have to regulate when there's a fire or there's a criminal coming in town. It's like, I'm tired of regulating people that come in here from out of the area, because that's what, you know, happens. I'll have to regulate. They'll come in my saloon. I'll catch them stealing something from a neighbor's property, or a neighbor will call me up and be like, hey, we saw some sketchy guy coming out of our barn. And then
Does that happen often?
Oh, once every couple of years, you know. Yeah, it does. We take care of them. We stop calling the cops. You know, we'll put you in the truck.
You just like tie them up, put them in the back of the truck?
We usually don't need to tie you up at that point. When you have a bunch of big dudes, you kind of get compliant real quick. And maybe
So you put them in the back of the truck.
He speaks like someone else you know, talks a lot, but no details. Laugh my ass off. Interesting. I think I know who you're talking about. Dale. The bald one. But by the way, should I try something? Let me try something here. Let me just grab this tab out. I'll grab it out and I'll chuck it in. Firefox in Brave Browser browser. And we'll see if it's the Firefox machine that's causing a little stagnation. Let's bring out a Trouser browser for Braveskins. Paste it in there, skis. I'll have to ramp out the volume, I guess, from here. Play it from here. Play it. Play it.
But you guys take them out.
Yeah, then we take you out. Maybe we have a truck behind
Yeah, I didn't actually pause that then.
our truck and another truck in front of our truck. And we do a convoy. And there's 6 or 8 of us. Depends how criminal you want to be or how bad you think you are compared to us. And sometimes there's just 2 or 3 of us taken. So
Okay, so
you know, we've had to take charge of the situation at hand, you know, and have the upper hand, so we go home at night with our families, you know.
okay, so it hasn't made a difference. It's not that. Okay, I just thought I'd try that. It's not making a difference. Let's kill that tab. What's this? Yeah, I don't like that little system. Let's just go back to where it was. Get him out of there.
You guys take them out.
Yeah, then we take you out. Maybe we have a truck behind our truck and another truck in front of our truck. And and we do a convoy, and there's 6 or 8 of us. Depends how criminal you want to be or how bad you think you are compared to us. And sometimes it's just 2 or 3 of us taking someone out, or 2 of us. You know, we've had to take charge of the situation at hand, you know, and have the upper hand so we go home at night with our families, you know.
Is someone living out here?
Yeah, these guys are awesome. They've been here since the old days. Good family, good friends, awesome people. Have incredible parties for a week long, music, fun, food. That's their Burning Man RV.
That dog is huge.
Yeah, he's an Irish Irish something. He's massive. What's up, buddy? All right, go home. Go home. Go home. He'll probably follow us up there.
Where are we going?
We're gonna go up to this historic ranch I got years ago. It's when the gold miners and pioneers first came over from the hill. Pretty idyllic, and it was a beautiful working meadow ranch, but I caught fire 2.5 years ago, but it's still pretty darn cool. The nearest neighbor's about 1.5 miles, 2 miles away. That's my other friends that you just passed there.
So you got this from an old rancher?
I got it from this guy, Jim, who had it for like 20 years, but I wanted to buy it from the old rancher who had it, but he wouldn't sell it to me because we were too hippie, he thought, and he didn't want us.
It's really sketching out now. I'm annoyed again. We mitigated this, but I'm seeing a lot of issues here. I'm not really enjoying this view. Let me just take a look at stats in OBS. Skipped frames due to encoding lag 3,000, which is 2%. So something's wrong again. Yeah. Interesting. Maybe I would try and not use it full screen, maybe. Don't know why that would make a difference. Less pixels.
Growing up here, and they had a note on the property, and they carried a little bit of leftover for us for a minute. Anyway, at the end, they were friends of ours too, and they were good community members, you know. So this is the hand-hewn log cabin they built in the 1860s. The first cabin they built up on the hill on the right-hand side. It was in a cold spot. They immediately moved.
Yeah, it's really sketching out.
Special up here.
Yes, Taylor Ranch.
1860, you said?
Yeah, about 1860s.
Oh, wow. So what do you want to do with this place?
Man, so this place, you know, it was in its glory not too long ago. I'd like to get a family or some people living up here in Homestead and get the homestead back.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Look at that. Hot tub potential.
Fuels reduction work from the fire to do post-fire cleanup. Like the place, I had it dialed in. Everything is green, everything irrigated. It was set back up. We were about to do fencing and get some Scottish Highlands or something up here, and then start building some other cabins. We had some sites cleaned out, and then the forest fire came and kind of set it through the ringer. This plywood's up for the bear, so I just put plywood over the windows because the bear is nonstop harassment issue. Like,
so you want someone to live out here and buy it, or just live out here?
No, live out here. Yeah, you got a homestead, you got a ranch, you got to keep up the place. You know,
but for free, they live for free?
Yeah, live for free, yeah. And then potential to maybe purchase another place we have out here, be part of the community, and purchase a spot.
Okay.
You know? Yeah.
So what I'm gathering is your thought process behind that. Maybe it's financial, but maybe it's more because people are getting old and dying off, and if that happens, no one's going to be out here.
Yeah.
And you want some people out here.
Yeah. And if it's not necessarily this place, it's another place, because this place I'd like to move up to and be up here, get out of town. Cecilville, you know.
It's getting a little busy down there.
You know, a little towny, you know. Well, that's the thing. We have so many of these properties that, like,
Dale, I couldn't live like that. 1 week vacay, then I need civilization. I mean, look, I don't get the idea of declining the tech. Like, why would you decline Starlink? Like, you people that work remotely, you just install a Starlink dish and you're good. Like, you could, if he's giving free accommodation, just allow them to attach a Starlink mini to their roof and you'll get heaps of people come out there. You know, like, man, yeah, there's so many different ways to do it and make it work. Just need to keep the tech. Don't shun the tech.
Many of them will work, and they're all kind of interconnected, you know, what we use them for, you know. Like, this is a great spot to raise animals on. Not so good to grow food on long term because it's a little higher elevation, you know, 4,000 feet.
Yeah, for the right person or couple or family,
Yeah.
this is a dream come true.
Oh, yeah.
So that's what it was.
Yeah, it's right here. And it'll be that again. Just take a little work, you know, not much work. You know, and that's what happened. See those flames? Those are 150-foot tall trees.
See, look,
That's coming up at.
he's dissing technology, but there it is. He's using his phone to show us the photos of the fire. Like, he's using the tech. Just why just use a bit of it? Just embrace it. Put a Starlink dish, and then you'll be able to get people to live there.
It's a massive fire.
Jeez.
Coming at it. That's pre-fire right there. Yeah, that's in the meadow right there. We'll get it back to that.
It's beautiful.
Let's see who this is. Oh, these could be the Glacier View boys. No, it's Gene. Hey, what's up, Gene? This is my boy's Gene.
Did you buy the road?
I did, man. You notice?
How you doing?
I take
Can we go through?
You know, let me think about Gene. How old are you? 83.
Wildfires in
Alright,
Cali,
alright.
apocalyptic. Yeah, dude. It's same here, man. Like, you know what it's like in Australia. We get it horribly here. Yeah, death, literally.
Anybody under 60 can go free, but under 60 you have to move a little firewood or do something, dance. What's up, brother?
What are you doing, Mac?
Good, man. Just chilling the front.
Peter. Peter, nice to meet you.
What is it?
Peter.
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 Gene.
Someone stole my camera. Peter.
Spot up the road.
Gene, you got a nice place?
Awesome, yeah. He's 83.
Oh, okay.
He used to be the water master too, California.
Remember the Oroville Dam issue? That's near there. Is that right? Okay. It's all pulling it together nicely then.
Water master. I was head of the water program for Northern California.
And you run the rodeo too in Sacramento.
Still am. Ready.
And Reading, run the Reading rodeo.
This is the California nobody knows about, right?
Well, apparently they're going to find out about it now.
Yeah.
Well, the good thing is they can't live here. They can't come here. They can
Oh,
come
that's right. You
through
bought up
here.
all the land.
But there ain't nowhere for them to buy, live, or stay,
Well,
you
there
know?
never was very much for sale.
There's not even an Airbnb out here so much as anything, you know? Oh, man.
So you grew up out here?
Well, grew up in the Bernie area,
Okay.
but I was in the Caribou Lakes in 1952.
This isn't my
So
tab, though. I
was
wonder who put this
man,
in.
I'd like to have a cabin down that canyon there someday. 65 years later, I got one.
Uh-huh, you did. Yeah, Gene built a really sweet spread up there.
I'm making a video of Monk today.
Oh, yeah?
Do you guys find Monk interesting?
Of course. There's only one monkey.
Is it Monkey up in these parts?
Yeah.
The guy that was hollering at everybody, get that pump running. We got a fire to fight here, pulling hose. Yeah, he took over and did a good job.
Yeah, Monkey Monk. So it was Monkey for like years and years. And so then one day he's like, hey, Monkey Monk. And I was like, my nickname has a last name?
I don't normally follow some long-haired son of a bitch, but you know, I'll follow Monkey.
Yeah. You call me a hippie or a redneck, Gene? What do you think?
Redneck.
You call me a redneck?
Yeah,
Okay.
you act hippie, but you're redneck.
Or I could act redneck, but I'm a hippie.
Well, the question is, do you like Trump?
Me, I don't waver to any political party because I'm a business
people
owner,
don't.
you know. I can't jeopardize
Kamala
the
Harris
welfare of
would've
my
got-
high
Kamala
property
Harris would've
business.
got in there, you'd-
Wait, so what business do you run? Didn't really tell us any about that.
Cecilville. You know, as I say, you got to have a lot of pomp and gumption and a good rebuttal.
There
You know, that's about it in life. You
Hey,
know.
you getting your place cleaned up from the fire?
Yeah, kind of slowly. We were just up there at the ranch, man. I got a grant coming in for some fuels reduction, but we're doing mastication work on it right now.
Hey, we had a Forest Service ranger come in yesterday. He was looking for somebody cutting cedar illegally or something.
Yeah. Yeah, okay.
I told him, I said, you know what? I said, I think you're probably not going to find anything up here because we've already cut all this cedar out.
Yeah, we already got this, yeah.
And I was leveling with him. His name's Rocha. Good guy.
Okay, Rocha.
Really
Yeah, I just had hunting season end, and yeah, now it's just like local traffic only, so if you're around tonight, I might have some...
How is mining these days?
This is your tab. You checked? No shit, Dale. You did put this in the Discord? That's funny, man. That's funny.
Good. Somebody had been in there mining during the ban.
Pulled out a good amount of lead, a little bit of mercury.
You know, reclamation mining for people, public lands. And we got enough to pay for everything, put a little bit of money in our pockets, but we didn't get what we wanted. never have got what we wanted.
Yeah, right.
What are you mining for? Gold?
Yeah.
No,
I don't know
we
any
are
rich
mining
gold miners.
to- We are mining to rid the stream of lead and mercury.
Yes.
And
And we're
we get the
improving the
precious metals.
fish spawning beds and improving the streams.
Mm-hmm.
Can anyone go out and prospect on the river, or what's that story?
This is almost all claimed, so
It's all
you
claimed.
have to have the permission of the claim owner.
Yeah, or you have to claim it. You can prospect, but you can't recreational dredge with dredges. But you can go out and prospect like with pan and, pick, but on something that's not claimed by someone else or isn't already claimed
If you
over.
look along here, you'll see this whole river here is claimed.
But you can go on any mining claim. You just can't interfere with mining operations. So, say this is just claimed as a mining claim. You can still go out and recreate and have fun and camp on it. Camp on it. You just can't actively mine. If someone is mining, you're supposed to give them space to mine because it is their claim. But you can still swim in the river in the area they're in.
By being a claim, does that mean they own the land or
No.
The
They
rights-
own mineral rights.
The rights
mineral
to mine
rights?
the minerals.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. Rights to mine the
You can
minerals.
still go in and camp, like Monkey says. You can't interfere with their operation.
That's interesting.
But you can't
But you
fish,
can camp on their place. You can fish. You can swim.
Do just a few people own the mineral rights, or a lot of people have their claims?
quite a few claimants in here.
Lots of people from out of the area. Maybe people in mining clubs even. There's
Yeah,
people
like
in
the 40.
Sacramento.
Yo, hey,
Yeah,
gives them in a
there's
fam. Yo,
other
made in
people out
USA.
there, They just keep claiming them. But
How you doing, man? Welcome to the content over on the Kick Machine. What's cracking?
they never even come up here. They don't even know they have a claim hardly. Their bookkeepers
Well,
doing the
Monkey,
paper.
you're looking good, and yeah.
Yeah, not bad for someone who's going to get a disc replaced in their neck in another 2 weeks.
Really?
I got severe degenerative disc disease. They want to go in through my throat, take out a disc, put a cadaver bone in, put a titanium plate. Should I get it or not?
C5, 6, and 7.
Oh man, I'm so nervous.
Maybe that long hair is taking some of the nutrients out of your body.
I know. I think it's all that fertilizer I've been eating. I should drink more.
I never did get
I need to drink more bleach to even it out.
You take some of that, and I never did get it.
Yeah.
You know why Monkey likes me?
Why?
Because until I got here, he could buy anybody. And I had some land downriver, and he wanted it. So he came up one day, and I'm working on the cabin.
I did.
He flipped 40,000 cash.
I did.
He says, here. I said, no,
Yeah, true.
40 grand in cash?
not for sale, Monkey. First time you ever had anybody turn him down with 40,000. You know, Monkey changed my view. I used to hate marijuana growers and whatnot. And I realized after I met Monkey that, you know what? You can grow and still be a good person.
Ah, that's cool. That's cool.
And that's true.
Yeah, man. Gene's a good guy, man.
This guy rented a helicopter and found his good friend's son had died in Wyoming, was it?
Idaho, yeah. Idaho, yeah.
And I said, anybody that'll do that has got to be a good man.
Oh, I took
No, thanks, Gene.
Took care of
Means a
Lynn
lot
for
coming
years,
from you.
Well, I remember that
Yeah,
story.
that was a good, I remember that, yeah.
That's why I paid
Yeah,
you
that-
some money for Lem's funeral there.
Yeah, oh yeah, that's right, Lem, yeah, I had Lem on my property, I remember that, yeah, years.
You had a friend whose son left here and was going to college.
Yeah.
Should
Up
I
in
tell the story?
In yeah, go for it, yeah, you tell it.
And
Yeah,
the son never showed up at college. And so the dad got worried, went up, and the kid had disappeared. And there was a huge snowstorm. So Monkey hired, was it Dave Everson?
yeah, Dave Everson, Shasta Air,
Owns the little ranch up here, good friend of ours.
neighbor.
He hired him, he's got a helicopter, hired him to fly him up to Montana, and they stopped at the police station, and the police said, well, I don't remember, they didn't really want to look or half-heartedly looked for him, but wasn't into it. So they started flying the freeway and the roads that the kid would have taken. They didn't quite know which road he took. And they saw a car out, a pickup out in the timber, and the kid had gone off the road and froze to death. He got
Shit.
in an accident. But he did that for his friend. That's why I have a lot of respect for that man. So, even though he smokes marijuana, and it's all legal now, by the way.
Yeah,
isn't it?
yeah.
But, you know, he changed my mind on a lot of things. Good man. Anyway, we got to go somewhere.
Good to see you, Gene.
Pleasure talking to you.
Yeah.
Gene, great.
Give me love, man, love you guys. See you later, dude.
See ya.
Always a
Awesome,
pleasure,
brother.
Gene.
Always
By
good
the
to see you,
way,
Gene.
He's got a heck of a disc golf course, too.
Yeah. Later, bye. Love you guys.
That's pretty nice.
Changed my mind on a lot of things too. Like,
That's a genuinely nice interaction with your neighbors, right? Just Just a friendly stop and chat. Nice.
Coming together on common ground, him changing my mind on like just his lifestyle and the way he lives and his thoughts politically and just earthly and just everything. You know, he changed my mind too and just kind of opened up for me as well. You know,
I mean, that's just cool being accepted by the old school guy.
Yeah, it's part of being part of the community. You know, being a real person. You know, real people. No matter what, like we all don't see the same views, but we come together on certain things and we can break bread and hang out and care about each other still and still be
so
friends
important.
and still.
Why not?
Recreate and community together.
Yeah.
You know, that's what life is missing for most people, and that's why I like it so much out here. It's like we're all characters, and Gene's a character and a half too. He's got some stories.
I bet. Yeah,
and
you can tell.
got some stories.
When I shook his hand, it was 40 grit sandpaper.
Yeah, he's a rough boy.
Salt of the earth.
He's salt of the earth, man.
Cecilville.
That's pretty awesome. Cool world you've created.
Thanks, man.
And for those that might want to come out here and homestead and help out, I'm going to leave a link below.
Yeah.
You're going to give me a link, whatever that
I'll
is.
give you a link. I'll get one.
Yeah.
We'll
So
get
guys,
that, man.
Integrity, what a concept. Yeah, Dale. You've always been very integral in pushing integrity. Like it. I love it.
got some thick skin, right? Thick skin,
thick
strong
skin,
work ethic.
drive, work ethic. Yep.
No tweaking issues.
Yeah, stable mentally and financially, preferably.
Okay. And want a unique experience, life experience that you'll never forget.
Yeah, homestead, see if you can live off the land, or even just try living off the land for like a year or something, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, there are all sorts of options, you know?
All right.
Definitely.
Links down below.
Yeah,
Look.
awesome.
Thanks, bro.
Dude, great.
Appreciate
man.
it.
Great to have you. Awesome.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah. We had a
Thanks for
great time.
coming along, guys. Until the next one.
There you go. That was very cool. Very cool. Let's take a small pause in the stream here. I am going to go and grab myself a home brew. I'm going to grab myself a beer. I'm going to live off the land because I made that home brew. I'm going to drink that home brew. I might even have a little more of the Biltong, and we'll continue with Tabs's. We got a how did the orbiter vehicle work? This one here. We got some space shuttle news. We got other things coming up as well, but we'll take our time. We'll take our time. We'll hang around for another hour or so, just chilling here on the chit chat on the stream, having a good old time, having a good old yin yang. I'll be right back with a beer. You can enjoy some surfboard riding content. I'll see you shortly.
Perfect, dude.
right. Just put a little hoodie on here. It's getting a little cold. Homebrew, exclamation drink in the chat on Kick if you want me to crack that. Also, I'm going to crack some more Biltong. I do want slicing of this so that it's ready to nibble when I drink the beer, because salty, jerky snacks are terrific when you're drinking beer, are they not? Let's slice a few off here and get it ready in preparation of the beer. I'll just go maybe 2 of these. There's one ski, and 2 skis. Okay. And then this can go back up on top where it stores, wrapped up in paper towel, and I'll just stash it up there. That's for the stream another time. We got 2 here ready to roll. Homebrew beer, exclamation drink. Thank you so much. Cheerses. I made this beer. That's what I could bring to the homestead. Homebrew homestead. Cheers. Oh, it's a stout. It's so good. Look at it. Look at it. Black, thick stout. It's a beauty. Inside the space shuttle, how did the orbiter vehicle work? Good question. How did that work? Let's learn.
This is the space shuttle. It's kind of like a space plane. It launched like a rocket, but then landed like an airplane.
Cheers, man. Cheers, dude.
Brilliant. A fun and interactive way to learn math, science, and engineering. The space shuttle was these terms...
Do you know what? I never even considered this. I remember seeing this as a kid, and I never knew anything about it. I just thought that's how they go to space. So thank you for this link, because now we're learning. And I'm loving the Biltong. That's beautiful. Oh, hold on a second. I got a warning on YouTube. Heads up. We've detected video in your stream belonging to someone else. Your stream may... I better check this. I better get off there. So content ID. Heads up. We've detected video in your stream belonging to someone else. Your stream may be temporarily blocked. If you plan to continue, please ensure that the content owner has added your channel to their allow list. Well, thank you, Jared. What's this channel called? This channel is called Jared Owen. He's got 4.15 million subs, and he does not want anyone to react to his content. So, Jared, thanks for nothing, dude. Don't you know how this works? Fair use on YouTube. Don't you get it? Don't you understand that? You don't want me to watch your content? Then we won't. Sorry, Dale. That one's out. Speaking of fair use, here comes a channel called Fox News. Let's see how this one goes.
Tonight, our exclusive look into Doge. Elon Musk was nice enough to invite us into the Eisenhower building last night to sit in on his weekly 10 p.m. Doge meeting. Yeah, they usually meet at 10 o'clock. I'm almost in bed by then. We met the whole crew, even Big Balls, and they showed us how Doge really gets done. We sat back, listened, and we learned a lot, and we hope you do too. Here's part 1 of our exclusive interview. Elon, thank you so much for bringing us into the meeting here. I'm going to do something no anchor ever does. I'm not going to talk.
What?
For as long as possible.
You're talking right now.
I'm going to let you run your meeting, and then I'll interrupt when I'm bored. So take it away.
So, like a board meeting?
Like a board meeting. Exactly.
All right. Well, I guess we normally go around the table, say what do we get done this week?
Want to go this way?
Sure. No, we start with you.
Sure. So actually, a lot of great work at the Treasury this week. One of the crazy things with regards to the Treasury is that when a payment is made, and the computers at the Treasury actually pay about $5 trillion per year, like crazy amounts, there was formerly not a budget code on there. So if a payment was made, you didn't know actually what it was for. It could have been for anything. Yeah. There was a $4 billion COVID fund in the Department of Education. And
So this is supposed to be a insider look at how Doge functioned. It's no longer, this is an older video. It's no longer operational Doge, right? Or it's ramping down at least.
And there was no receipts required, so people could just draw down on it. And when people looked into it, this wasn't us, this was before us, they found that money was being used to rent out Caesar's Palace for parties, rent out stadiums, etc. And so the one change that Doge made with the Department of Education is we had the simple requirement that if you draw down money, you must first upload a receipt. That was the only change that was made. You must upload your receipt. And upon doing so,
Yes.
nobody drew down any money anymore.
Yes, but we didn't say that we'd check the receipt. You could send a fake receipt. You could send a picture of your dog. Anything. Anything. But as soon as we asked for anything at all, suddenly the requests were like, oh, we don't need it anymore. Huh, that's interesting.
They were renting Caesar's Palace.
Yes, they were like basically partying on the taxpayer money.
So yeah, this is Dale. The amount of waste and fraud and abuse is staggering. Yeah, and the idea of fixing it and identifying it and then correcting it, I don't see how that ever got. How did that ever get misconstrued as being a bad idea? This guy's trying to figure out where all the waste is going to, where all the debt comes from, and how come there's so much overspending. Oh, hold on a second. Now that's not good. I've got an Apple script that's running in the background here. I'm gonna stop that. Just give me a second to stop this Apple script. Stop, and I'll quit it. I'll quit that as well. My bad. Oh, good.
Stadiums.
Yes.
Leasing stadiums.
Leasing stadiums.
For what?
For parties, basically.
For parties.
Yes.
That's a big party.
It's a big party.
You'd think if you were stealing, you'd start small.
They do start small. But then what happens is over the years, so generally the fraud starts out small and they try to hide it. But then year after year, if nobody stops the fraud, it gets more and more brazen. And every year it gets bigger until they're literally renting out stadiums. Like
What's that, $1 million to rent out a stadium?
Fraud in flagrante delicto, okay? We're talking at scale.
This is driving me crazy.
Oh, yeah.
When you find these things, do you guys get mad? You're like, yes, I got one. How does it make you feel?
It's so common.
It's so common.
You're like used to it.
I mean, you just get
so numb to it.
Unfortunately, like the 100th time you've heard it, it's hard not to get a little numb.
Yeah.
You know, but and by the 200th time, you're like, well, okay, it's just another day at the office.
We checked, is the Small Business Administration giving loans to dead people over the age of 120? The answer was yes, and it was around $330 million in total. So
people with a birthday that could not possibly be real.
Yeah.
Meaning they're over 100. They're 115 years old or older. The oldest living American is 114. So it's safe to say if anybody is in the system as 115 years or older, that is fake.
So just by sharing a database and looking at Social Security numbers, that showed that at the time of the loan, they had listed as over 115 years old, or actually under 11. We didn't even check for under 18.
So who was getting the money with these loans that were going to like people that physically cannot exist? Who was receiving that money?
11 years old. That's pretty clear.
Babies
right?
and dead people were getting loans.
That was $660 million.
And also people with birth dates in the future.
What does that mean?
Well, in one, I mean, I think
people with birth dates in the future. Doesn't everybody have a birthday in the future? Oh, you mean people that hadn't been born yet? What does that mean? A birth date in the future? Interesting.
Birth date, I think in one case was like
fetuses were getting loans.
No, not even. No, really sort of you're talking about like your great-grandchildren. Like with a birth date, like I think it was like 2165.
What the hell?
So more than a century from now was the birth date.
George Jetson was getting paid.
Yes, because your birthday is in the future, like the far future, not like next year.
Right.
And this is either fraudulent or we have your birthday wrong.
It's either a typo or someone's stealing.
Which is it? Yes.
Right.
Yes. You should at least ask, which is it?
Do you guys feel you're getting justice and accountability?
One of the, I think, extreme examples of non-accountability in some cases has occurred at some of the small agencies. I think the Inter-American Foundation, IAF, is one of the agencies we visited where they get $50 million a year, congressional money, to give grants. These are things like alpaca farming in Peru, improving
that's a real example.
Yes, that's the real description. Improving the marketability of peas in Guatemala.
Really?
Fruit jam. Yes.
What? Yeah.
And so you might expect,
This is your tax dollars squandered. So who signed off on this originally? Who agreed to these loans in the first place? Like, I understand Elon and the Doge Foundation was to investigate and find out where this external or extra money goes to, but who signed off on all this originally? Or is this just like a hangover effect from years gone by where it's been in the system for that long that it's kind of slipped through the cracks? But someone has to have approved these. And this guy talking about different, research projects for how to increase the potency of a pea in Guatemala. Someone approved that, right? And gave the loan money. So that should be, someone should discuss that. Somebody's responsible for that, Shiz.
in the private sector, a nonprofit to give 80 to 90% of their money to grantees. In the case of IAF, that was 58%. So the other half goes towards management, travel.
What would define exactly? I mean, to Ethan's example is.
By the way, just speaking from a technical standpoint, what is wrong with the audio in this video? This is Fox News on location, and their audio is so horrible. The gain is just super loud, and it's like they didn't use the microphone. They just got the room audio. Listen to the background hum.
Travel.
What would define exactly? I mean, to Ethan's example is that even if you agreed,
he's got a lapel mic on too. Like, he's wearing a lapel mic, and I'm assuming everyone else is, but the audio is just deplorable.
Ethan's example is that even if you agreed with supporting alpaca farmers in Peru, well, actually, most of the money never made it out of D.C.
Mm-hmm.
It's going into the pockets of people in the neighborhood.
What percentage?
And they didn't even get to Peru.
Right. So what percent?
And here's the kicker, Dale. Some lunatics are pissed off at this. Yeah, I don't understand how this could even. I don't get how this became like a sore point. Like, people were like, that Doge thing, they're killing all of our jobs. This is obviously fraud, right? Obviously, they're wasting taxpayers' money here. Yet that's putting a stop to it is not good. I don't get it. I don't get it. Reminds me of when certain staff got pissed off at you for trying to fix shit. Kind of the same on a much different scale, but yeah.
Percentage do you think doesn't even get to the destination it's supposed to?
I believe the GAO estimate, so this is not our estimate, I believe it was on the order of only 10 to 15 cents on the dollar actually gets to the end recipient, whether you agree with that cause or not.
So they're just stealing the money before it even gets anywhere.
There's layers of stealing. So there's the first layer of stealing, second layer of stealing, third layer of stealing.
Subcontractor,
You start peeling the onion. Yeah, exactly. Contractor, subcontractor. It's like peeling an onion. And then maybe, and sometimes it's zero. Just flat, you get to the bottom of the onion, there's nothing there.
So maybe no one got a sex change in Guatemala.
It's possible that no one got a sex change in Guatemala.
I overheard a contractor tell one of her colleagues to falsify billable hours by creating a PowerPoint to mask a delay in the onboarding process in front of me. And this is like hour zero at this agency. And so, I mean, this is just a common theme that you take a look at these contracts, you take a look at these grants, and it's veiled in noble rhetoric. It's at the top level. It like,
sounds good.
Yeah, it sounds amazing. And then you actually just follow what is what are the funds actually doing?
Or send us a picture.
Exactly. And
the send us a picture request is incredibly good. Like Pixar didn't happen. And then they're like, and it wouldn't be that hard to just, frankly, they could search for some fake pics on the internet or get AI to generate the pics, but they don't even bother doing that.
So you caught them cold billing fraud.
Oh, I caught them, her advising her colleague to do this because it takes a few days to onboard. So that is being investigated right now.
Yeah, I mean, generally, like these programs, these grants are going to be like along the lines of save the baby pandas. And it's like, well, of course, who wouldn't want to save the baby pandas? And you know, in some cases, they've got a show panda, which they will trot out for special occasions. In a lot of cases, they don't even have a show panda.
No panda.
There's not even one panda, because we asked for pictures, and we don't even get one panda. And it's like, well, that's a lot. You know, what does $1 billion get you? Does it not even get you one panda?
You really want to see a baby panda?
Yeah, like the Ebola money. We're like, okay, well, we agree with, like, we shouldn't have Ebola, you know. Where is the money going? Oh, it's going to Deloitte in DC. Like, what is an accounting firm doing with Ebola money?
What has been the biggest resistance? Is there one agency, is there one department that when you guys walk in, they all start fighting you, start hiding things?
Wait, I thought you weren't going to talk.
I'm sorry.
But I guess you can answer that question. Sure. I mean, yes, we've certainly had some battles.
Battles.
Yeah. I mean, who should talk about USIP?
Nate.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So Jesse, there's an agency, a small agency called the United States Institute of Peace. It was definitely the agency we had the most fight at. We actually went into the agency and found that they had loaded guns inside of their headquarters. Institute for Peace.
I mean, any given company, any given organizational name is going to be the opposite of the title.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so it was by far the least peaceful agency that we've worked with.
Yeah.
Ironically.
Of course.
That's a bit weird. The Institute of Peace, they had loaded weapons. Don't all Americans have the right to bear arms, though?
Additionally, we found that they were spending money on things like private jets, and they even had a $130,000 contract with a former member of the Taliban. This is real. We don't encounter that at most agencies.
Yeah.
What was the money going to the Taliban for?
So it was a contractor. They received $130,000 for generic services. And to Elon's point, there was not actually a clear description of what the contractor services were for. But
was it for opium?
Unclear.
Or weapons?
Or nothing.
Or nothing.
or abroad.
Or nothing.
And you naturally have to ask the question, well, how did we get here? Like when the country was founded, there were only 4 agencies. Today there are over 400. So there's been a 100x increase in the number of agencies since the founding of the nation. And thanks to President Trump, he's now signed 2 executive orders to start to reduce the number of agencies in the government, and the Institute of Peace was one of them, which is why our team went in to try and understand what was going on. And that's when we found all of the craziness, like the weapons in their armory. We found the payments to the Taliban.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So
try to hide the evidence.
Right, so just a few hours after we got into their headquarters, we found that their chief accountant had actually deleted over 1 terabyte of accounting records from several years. So you'd have to ask the question.
1 terabyte of accounting records? That is a lot of records, because like that's just text files and spreadsheets, but to total 1 terabyte worth, that's almost all of them.
Question, well, why would somebody do that? The Doge team, fortunately, was able to recover that data with the help of a few great employees at the Institute of Peace. And I think the most troubling thing was they received $55 million a year from Congress, and any money that went unspent, instead of returning that to Congress, they would sweep it into a private bank account, which had no congressional oversight. And that's what they would use to fund things like events at their headquarters and the private jets. And so I think it's a great example because most Americans don't know what's going on at a lot of these smaller agencies, and this is, I think, the most extreme case of some of the wasteful spend that we're finding.
So the agencies are hiding money from you. They're sending it to the Taliban.
And they're keeping the leftover for themselves to rent private jets. That's pretty cool.
They have loaded weapons in the department buildings.
At the Institute of Peace.
At the Institute of Peace.
Yes.
That's right.
So this is a cover-up when you guys roll in.
This one, yes, a cover-up. Yes.
It's a cover-up.
They did delete a vast amount of financial information. That's really a definition of a cover-up.
Isn't that illegal to delete evidence?
Yes.
Shred documents?
It is. It's certainly illegal to delete accounting records that that Congress would certainly want to know where the congressionally appropriated funds are going from taxpayers.
When you catch them going Hillary style on their computers, do you refer this to the Department of Justice?
In this case, we did refer the evidence in the accounting.
Can we give it up for the boom operator here? He's been in 3 different positions. I don't know if anyone else notices this kind of stuff, but I was watching this guy. I was watching him intently. He's changed his position up 3 different times to keep that mic in this guy's face. He's like, and how much longer is this guy going to talk for? Because my arm is killing me. Give it up. Excuse me. Give it up for boom operator number 1. Number 2 in the background here.
Example to the FBI and DOJ. We were proud to do that. So yes, we did.
Resistance has shown up in some very surprising places. So for example, the famous fork in the road email, the deferred resignation program. So this was a program where you could resign from the government, collect pay and benefits for the next 8 months. Probably the most attractive separation program ever in human history. And the resistance actually came from the outside with people saying this is a trick. And I heard somebody refer to it as an apple with a razor blade. And no, this was just a really juicy apple, caramel dipped apple. It was that good, but people were talked out of taking it. And now what started to happen is we did have about 80,000 people take it, and now those folks who did take it are on the beach or they've moved on to a new job and they're still getting paid. And so now
They only get paid for 6 months, though. It doesn't seem like that much of a caramel apple. Boomers are rad. Laugh out loud. Fuck you, TikTok. Boomers are rad. Are you a boomer, Dale? Are you a boomer? I'm not a boomer.
we're starting to offer fork 2 and fork 3, where people can see that someone's eaten this apple and it was actually really tasty and good for them.
Is Doge just getting started? This is a long-term enterprise.
It's a long-term enterprise because if we take our eye off the ball, the waste and fraud will come roaring back.
They can Doge when Democrats get back in power.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not what happened, though, is it?
I think some of the things that, like, we're trying to have it be such that the funding is removed, so the grants are gone. So there's a lot of work
I have relatives. Oh, you're not a boomer, but you have relatives who are boomers. Gotcha.
required to restart the waste and fraud, and that will at least slow it down.
Click here to
No,
subscribe.
I will not click there. Yeah, that's obviously an older video because there has been a falling out with Elon and Trump, and Doge is not quite as effective, let's say, or effectual as it was before when the romance was on. What else have we got here? We have another video. What's this? Hang on one second. Oh, this is okay. So I want to show you a channel here that is, it's called the Tipsy Panda. This channel, let me bring it up. This channel here belongs to Baxter, my nephew, a good friend of him. A good friend of Baxter's is traveling and created a channel called the Tipsy Panda. He's only got 76 subscribers. He's got 19 videos, and I say what we should do is keep this tabbed out and let's just take a video of the Tipsy Panda every time we stream. Let's go to his oldest first. Vlog 1, leaving Australia. It's only 6 minutes long. I don't know. This gentleman's name is Zalian. He's got a very strange name, Zalian. I think I met him one time when Baxter and him were hanging out from the Shire, just up the road from where Baxter lived. And yeah, he's traveling. And I just thought when Baxter said, yeah, Zalian's got a channel, I was like, oh, what? He does? I'm down. I'm down to watch it. Let's open up the first one of his content here. Leaving Australia on his vlog mission. Let's see. Make it full screen.
Putting all of these into a compression packing.
Hang on, let's just pause it. Get it full screen first. There we go. Take it back. Let's play.
I'm putting all of these into a compression packing cube. In packing cube number 2, I've just got socks and jocks. This is the bag that all my luggage will be in, but it won't be coming with me on the airplane. That's in a different bag. This will be just in the hold, and it'll just have all my clothes and stuff in it, and I'm taking over souvenirs, etc. And the bag pretty much fits all the packing cubes in, all my clothes, and I figure that anything that I missed out, I'll just buy over there.
Wait. This is how you start your channel? This is the first upload to your channel? You haven't even got your face on yet? We've got 27 seconds in. We don't even know who you are. This is his first video on his channel. I like it. Play.
So this is the first time talking to the camera, I guess. It's a bit weird. Just made it through security, didn't get flagged, didn't get checked down, just sort of sitting and chilling. It is 7:44, boarding starts in 15 minutes, but don't need to be there that early. Nighttime flight, which is good. As you can see, sitting by the window, watching all the airplanes take off, etc. Hopefully, good flight, not sat next to any babies or anything. How do I feel about the trip? Well, excited to see family, first of all, fly by myself for the first time, experience new cultures, new fun things to do.
Final message before I go on the plane, looking forward to it. Definitely not boarding with everyone else. Look how long that is. We're all getting on the same plane, no?
So, I just got off the flight from Sydney to Doha, currently in Doha.
So when someone vlogs from that low angle, they're super cautious. They're super conscious about vlogging in public. They don't want to put the camera up on an angle because it's like, no, it's going to draw attention. So they do that low angle. It's horrible. Horrible angle. Horrible angel.
Airport.
That's better.
And it is quite massive. Really great architecture. Lots of rich stores in here as well. During the flight, didn't bother to film.
And by the way, it's 2025. Everybody shoots video content now. No, like even 5 years ago, you were an absolute weirdo if you vlogged. If you this was the funniest part this was noticeable a few years ago. If you were in public and you had a cell phone and you were at let's say a lookout, let's say the Blue Mountains in Australia in Sydney, you had your camera and you were pointing it like this and you're taking a photograph, nothing. That's fine. Everybody's doing that. But the second you went like this, I'm at the Blue Mountains, you're an absolute weirdo. If you had your camera pointing at the thing, Grand Canyon or the Blue Mountains Three Sisters, and you took a photograph or a video, completely normal. But the second you just turned it around and went, so I'm at the Blue Mountains and I'm really enjoying, you're an absolute freak. That was 5 or 6 years ago. Now it's a little bit more like, nobody cares. Nobody cares, right? Hey, Charlie, how you doing, man? How you doing, Charlie? Exclamation open. That's what you're after. Exclamation pour. How you doing, dude? Doha, Middle East. Yes, it is the Middle East, indeed. Yeah. Cheers, Charles. Good to see you, man.
They've got this little tropical forest in here. You got loads of steps as well. As is in every airport, plenty of opportunity to grab some duty-free.
Hell yeah.
Fragrances.
Booze.
Stuff that's way too expensive for me. We've got Chanel as well.
I do like the shop at the duty-free shop.
They even have a Ralph Lauren themed cafe right next to the Polo Ralph Lauren store. They got a bit of everything in here. If you can't already tell, this YouTube channel will just be for, making a few memories along the way. Not going to be any high editing or anything. Just something that I can look back on and also keep family and friends up to date. Don't expect any
That's cool.
high octane editing. I'm not going to be filming, absolutely everything. Just sort of, when I'm in a new country or new experiences, going to a shop for the first time. Now, I'm sure there's some story behind this. Something about it being donated by someone to some sort of artwork, really expensive, I'm sure. Pretty dead quiet here. We've even got Maserati on show, just casually hanging out in the airport. I think we'll see if we can go on the light rail. I think we've got to go up for that. Even the stairs are beautifully lit.
That's cool. What's that scratching noise? Is that hitting his hoodie zipper, his microphone or something?
It should be just like the one in Singapore where it just takes you to the gate, I'm guessing. My gate is gate E1. Definitely the month of Ramadan. Oh, hang on. There's one of the light rails there.
Damn, that looks so space age.
The train is departing to Southport.
It's like Dubai Airport.
No, I think it's taking us to the other part of the airport. That'll give you a good view of what the airport's like.
Dubai, and this is Doha, but Dubai is like a city. It's like a full. You could live there, right? It's like a 24/7 existence. Shops, gyms, outdoor areas, dining, swimming pools, everything is in the airport. It's bizarre. And the thing that really sucks about, well, I don't know about Doha, but in Dubai airport, every time you go through a gate, even if, so you land in Dubai and you've got to go to like E1, like this Zalian's doing right now, changing to a different gate. You've got to go through security, even if you haven't left the airport. Your luggage, in my case, checked in from Melbourne through to Frankfurt. You get to Dubai, the luggage is going all the way through to Frankfurt, yet you've got to go through security to get to the next gate to depart. It's like I didn't go anywhere though. I'm still in the airport. I've been on ultra modern rail in Europe. It's way cool. Yeah, man. Yeah, the rail in Australia is pretty lame. Like, it's kind of strange because arguably we've got like greater distances to cover, yet our rail system is the worst. Whereas like in Germany, like is it the U-Bahn, which is I think the U-Bahn is the city one and the S-Bahn is the country one. Might be the other way around. Either way, the country one is a fast link train. And you get on and you can go between, it's like the Autobahn, but it's the rail version, and you can go quickly between cities. And yeah, there's the U-Bahn, or whichever one is the city one. It's just everywhere. And it's 24/7. And you can buy beer on the station. You can just chill down there. One time we were in Berlin, we were early for a show or something, and it was snowing outside, and we were like, man, it's too cold to be up on the street level. We just went down into the train station. We weren't taking a train, but we bought beer on the station legally and just sat there drinking beer because it was warm. The ice is the Intercity Express. I do remember that one. Yeah, but that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the above ground rail system in Germany. I think that's the U-Bahn, and the S one is the Intercity, but there is the ice one as well.
Hold on to the handrail at all times for your own safety.
It's decently quick. It's a nice little nifty way to get from one side of the airport to the other.
Pretty cool.
And this is where we get off. Just another car sitting casually.
Smooth and quiet, yeah, fully.
Also got this massive bear. I'm sure it's famous. Realistically, are you even at an airport if you're not walking on one of these? First review of Qatar Air. I think I went in with my expectations probably a bit too high. I travelled to Singapore.
Baxter has a good taste in friends. So this guy's alien is what probably Baxter's only friend that he continued being friends with from primary school, I think. So in primary school they were together, like what I think Americans call it middle school. Then in high school he was in a separate school, but they remained friends, and they're still friends to this day. Then now both of them are out of school. I think he's at uni or something, or he may be even still traveling. I think we're quite far behind in this vlog. And Baxter just casually mentioned, Zalian's got a channel. I was like, damn, I'm going to watch that. I'm going to keep, because I've only met him once, whatever, but it's one of Baxter's like good friends. So yeah, pretty cool. Pretty cool.
And they had like the little remote controls that like popped out of the seat in front of you. Qatar, you got a little infotainment system. They still had a screen.
But to be frank, it's kind of boring content. But he said, look, I'm just doing this to have a memento for myself, so I can look back on it. That's fair. We probably shouldn't be watching it, right? Like it's a bit. I mean, it's on the YouTube, so it's public. It's not that personal. But he's saying I'm not going to make much of an effort, which is it's fair. I don't think he's creating this to be a YouTuber. He's creating this so that he can look back on it later on, which is completely fair.
Like 480p, and the movie selections were atrocious. There was only one page of them. TV shows was pretty bad as well.
Just complaining about the in-flight entertainment.
Games, there were like 4 games. Sudoku, be terrible. And it seemed like everyone was buying Wi-Fi just because of how boring everything else was. Lots of people had like computers and everything with downloaded shows, so maybe I should do that. For a 15-hour flight, that was pretty horrible. I ended up sleeping in the bathrooms, just on the floor, because it was just so much easier. I think I had some guy next to me fall asleep on me. Hopefully this next flight is a lot better.
Sleeping on the bathroom?
I was actually at the aisle.
Wait. Did you just say you went for a sleep in the bathroom on the plane?
Just on the floor, because it was just so much easier.
Did I hear that right? Go back a bit.
I ended up sleeping in the bathrooms, just on the floor.
You took a sleep in the toilet of a plane? That's like the tiniest little space. Every now and then the toilet from next door to you blows, someone sucks their poop out through the chute. You were sleeping in there? What about people knocking on the door like, I want to use the bathroom, and you were sleeping in the bathroom? I think he might have meant outside the bathroom. What the fuck? Yeah, I've never known anyone to sleep in there. That's weird.
It was just so much easier.
He definitely said that. He definitely said, I slept in the bathroom.
Sleeping in the bathrooms.
Go back.
That was pretty horrible. I ended up sleeping in the bathrooms, just on the floor, because it was just so much easier. I think I had some guy next to me fall asleep on me. Hopefully this next flight is a lot better. It is only 7 hours.
You were sleeping in the bathroom and some dude fell asleep next to you? On you? What? What's going on? Yo, made in USA, people sleep in the bathroom when drunk and passing out next to the toilet. On a plane? He doesn't look like he was drinking. He looks fresh. He doesn't look hungover or anything. I don't know. Maybe we might have to ask Baxter to ask him about that sometime. What's with Zalian sleeping in the bathroom on a plane?
I was actually at the aisle, and I got up every 15 minutes to go.
This really puts into context just.
Is that the Andes? That looks rad. That's the only time I've ever seen someone sleep in the bathroom. Yeah, me too.
How small my world was in Janelle and how vast the world I've not explored yet.
22225. Hey, that's a rad way to end that one, dude. Look, I'm looking forward to keeping a tab on this channel. Let me give you his channel name. I'll give it to you here if you want to. Where are you? You guys are on Kick. I'll put it in the Kick chat. This is, if you want to go and check this out, this is the Tipsy Panda. I like that name too. The Tipsy Panda. That's the channel there. Go and give him some love. He's only got 76 subscribers. That one we just watched was 4 months ago, so he's pretty new to the YouTube sitch. Give him some love, and if you do, tell him you came from Baxter's uncle's YouTube channel. It's gonna be like all kinds of weird connections. What do we got here? The art of barrel making in Bordeaux. Okay. I need to get a barrel. That's the idea of surfing, to try to get a barrel. Different kind of barrel, you idiot.
When tasting wine, it's common to find aromas and flavors of spice, vanilla, oak, and tobacco. Very often, these
Did he say tobacco? When tasting wine, it's common to get flavors of vanilla, spice, oak, and tobacco. I've never tasted tobacco in a wine. Mind you, I'm not a smoker, so I don't really know what tobacco fully. I couldn't identify a tobacco. You know what? I want some more Biltong. This stuff is very Moorish. I'm going to go for another couple of slices. Another tab of yours? I should be your tab director, Dale. Yes, you should. So, by the way, if you guys are just joining, like Made in USA, Charles, what we've got here is a traditional South African snack. It's called Biltong. It's the stream title, and this is it's basically. Oh, I got to cover up that. This is other side, you idiot. What? This is South African beef jerky, but this is made by South Africans in Tasmania for me. Well, not made for me, but given to me because I'm interested. There's a South African connection in my life right now, and this is new, and it's very, very tasty. That's actually from, well, I should be clearer. No, the people who made it are South African. It's traditional. It's their recipe. And I've been told to cut off thin slices, but I've been being greedy and cutting off thicker slices because it's so tasty. And it's perfect with homebrew beer. Yeah, search it up. Biltong. 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 South African beef jerky, I guess. And it's really, really, really good. You can see, I'll show you, I'm going to show you, well, I want to eat it, but I want to also show you the fat. There's a vein of fat in here, and it's so rad. Like, check this out. If I put this up here and cover my eyes, check the vein of fat on that. Is it focusing? It's focusing on my hand. I want to cover up my eyes. We'll just go with that. Wait for it to focus on that vein. It's not getting there. It's focused on my hand. I can't hold it still enough. You saw it? You did see it? Okay, so you saw it. Okay, cool. It's difficult for me to do it because it's difficult. But the way that this works is you just wrap it up in paper towel and stash it room temperature. That's it. I'm addicted to bacon jerky. This stuff is extremely smoky. Smoky, peppery, coriander-y. Very, very good. Super stoked. I had Biltong style jerky, but it was an American company. Okay. Are you sure it's beef? Yes. Pretty sure. Yeah.
Characteristics are due to the oak barrels that the wine is fermented.
Yo, Benon, didn't Charlotte Rose get you hooked on jerky? She did. Where is Charlotte? Charlotte. If you call her out 3 times, she'll arrive. She did. She got me into beef jerky for sure. This is a different level, though. I'm going to tell you, this is a different level. The stuff that she got me on that road trip was rad.
Grab your baby.
Grab your baby. But this is even better. Grab your baby. Haven't heard that one for a while.
Or matured in.
Oh, did you guys see this Trump thing with the Federal Reserve in that building this week? We have to watch that. It's current. We have to watch that. Have you guys seen him stretching the budget for this building, that they're the 3.7 billion or whatever? We got to watch that. We'll watch this and then we'll watch that.
Process. But it wasn't for this reason that wine was.
You saw it, Dale? How funny is it? How funny is he's like, yeah, well, he's like, it was 2.7, and he's like, no, 3.6. He's like, well, you just included that extra building. No, but that's part of it. He's like, no, that's already been built 5 years ago. Yeah, but it's the whole structure.
Rather, it was a happy accident that dates back to the Roman times. During long sea voyages, wine was a staple for the Roman troops and merchants. Though clay pots were the original vessel of choice, after discovering the abundance of oak forests in Europe, oak barrels were adopted as the primary means of transporting their precious liquids. Not only was oak abundant and relatively malleable, it was also airtight due to the fine grain of the wood. After some time, the Romans realized that the oak barrels were also changing the flavors of their wines, adding further complexity and richness. This practice of using oak barrels has become an integral part of winemaking and is routinely practiced all around the world. The wine barrel trade is now a large global industry, with decommissioned wine barrels often being sold on for production of spirits and beer. Winemakers will usually purchase their barrels from barrel makers, known as coopers, each of which will have their own style. However, a handful of Bordeaux chateaux have their own in-house cooper, such as Smith Haute Lafitte on Bordeaux's left bank.
Eh bien voilà, ici vous êtes donc dans la tonnellerie de Smith Haute Lafitte. Ma production à peu près de 3 barriques par jour.
Ok,
Voilà.
waouh, quand même.
Quand même,
Ouais.
ça fait à peu près 500 barriques par an. Donc le process, eh bien, il faut, on va dire, la chauffe. Ça, c'est très important. Donc on va la mettre sur le feu pour, en premier, la serrer avec à l'aide du câble. Le feu, voilà, on va mouiller, ça va assouplir le chêne.
Le feu est à l'intérieur.
Voilà, le feu est à l'intérieur, voilà.
Made in USA, what's the difference between a keg and a barrel? So a keg is typically steel and refrigerated, and a barrel is room temperature and made of some kind of wood, some timber, in this case, oak. Ah, bingo, bango, Daleskis. You beat me to it. Dale, my brother-in-law is the wine and spirits business years now. Oh, wow. Okay, cool. Interesting. What I really love is when whiskey is aged in old port barrels. So you get this real deep, dark, like this stuff. Actually, this is a bad example, but this is a really cheap Australian port. Actually, I really want one of those later on. But when the whiskey is aged in these barrels, it just gives it that extra, to use a wanky word, it gives it extra complexity. Complexity. Netsky's, that 3.7 will probably be the backing of the new crypto dollar, maybe. Wait, have you seen that? Oh, we got to get to it. We'll watch this, then we'll watch that. But steel drum? Did I say steel? I said steel. Steel barrel? I mean, a steel keg is what? Okay, Mr. Technical, it's got to be accurate, quote unquote, Dale.
Là, c'est des braises beaucoup plus douces. Après, on la remettra sur le feu pour faire le toasting. Hein, voilà. Donc, ce toasting sera différent si c'est pour un vin blanc ou pour un vin rouge, parce que ça apportera des notes différentes. Voilà. Alors, les notes, pour les rouges, ça sera beaucoup plus épicé.
You were asking, mate? Oh, okay, sorry.
Et pour les
Oh, yeah,
blancs,
sorry. I've seen plenty of steel barrels. Sorry. I should have looked up in the chat. I didn't. I declined to. I chose not to.
Ou vanillé, amande, voilà.
Ok, et donc là, petit à petit, on resserre.
Voilà, on
Et
resserre.
on arrive à créer
Voilà, la forme
emblématique d'un fût. tout
d'un fût,
simplement.
voilà. Il faudra à peu près 1 heure en tout
Ok, super.
de chauffe.
Fine wines around the world tend to use French oak barrels sourced from forests located in the heart of France. However, California, as well as Eastern Europe, also produce high-quality oak barrels, which are also used in many regions.
What sort of flavours does this specific type of oak?
Suddenly she's talking English, and very English as it is. What type of flavors? It's interesting that wine and whiskies, beer not so much, but wine and whiskies and like spirits needs to be aged, and the longer it's aged and the more charcoaled the barrel's been and the more temperature consistent and all this aging, and it just gives it this, I mean, the saying, it's aged like fine wine. The longer this process takes, the better the thing begins. So the thing becomes. So you can start with a really lousy base spirit, and you can actually come away 10 years later with a really rad, deep seated whiskey of sorts, if you're willing to wait long enough. I tried waiting long with my homebrews in glass bottles in my closet, in my wardrobe, and they went off and they were horrible, and I tipped them all out on that road trip. Don't do that with beer. Don't do what I did. Beer doesn't keep. Whiskey and wine does keep, and it grows. Beers do not age well. Right, yeah. You saw me tip that shit out on that road trip. Yeah. Smoked wood flavor. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Beer doesn't need an oak taste. No, but Netsky's, there's this one, what was it? No, it was the opposite. I tasted a whiskey in New Zealand that was aged in stout barrels. It was a Jameson. It's off the shelf. You can go and buy it. It's a Jameson Irish whiskey, but it's been aged in stout beer barrels. So barrels that were used to make a stout, which is what this is, a deep, dark, black, heavy, molassesy beer, and they used those barrels to age the whiskey. And I was like, actually, I'm smoking this now, but it actually was pretty shit. I really thought on paper it sounded like this is going to be wonderful, and I drank it and I was like, it's not that good at all. So listen to what I said, but cut off just at the point where I tasted it, because leading up to that point, it was a wonderful idea, but the actual end result was garbage. Yeah, stout would be cool. Give it a camera. It wasn't though. It wasn't. You go and buy one. Go and buy it. It's Jameson whiskey aged in stout barrels, and it's not that good. Oh, rewind. Beep. I'll back up. Beep. Beep. Crochet. Beep. That's an in joke.
Give to the wines.
Alors, le chêne français, on va dire, est beaucoup plus doux, des notes
si?
plus douces, si on doit le comparer au chêne américain, qui est lui beaucoup plus chocolaté. Et nous,
You should brew your own whiskey and call it Outback Daniels. Man, that's an interesting idea. You know, we did look into that in one of my streams quite a number of years, or at least 3 years ago. We looked into the idea of distilling in Australia, and there are so. Do you know you've got to pay taxes on? You've got to pay taxes on the spirit that you don't even use. I think it's called Head and Shoulders, the head of the spirits. You've got to pay taxes on that shit. You pay taxes on everything you make, even if you don't sell it. So if I made a distillery, if I put a still here somehow and I made it all perfect and got it running, I've got to pay taxes on that shit, even if I'm not selling it. Even if it's not for commercial purposes, I've got to pay taxes on that. When you make homebrew beer, you just make it and drink it and enjoy it. You don't pay any taxes. I'm not selling this crap. I'd give you guys one. If anyone wanted one and somehow I could get it to you, I'd give you one. But if I was to make liquor, any form of it, with the base liquor, with the vodka, and then go to bourbons and whiskeys and whatnot, I've got to pay taxes on everything I make. It doesn't make any sense. Just don't disclose it. Yeah, but I do shit by the book, man. I'm above board here. Outback Daniels is a great name, though. Yeah, Dale, it's brilliant. I'm sure you could get away with it at home. I mean, I'm sure people do, under the table. I don't live that way, though. I don't. I want to be above board.
c'est ce qu'on recherche, vraiment des notes douces, parce qu'il ne faut pas que on va dire, le chêne domine sur le vin. Il faut vraiment que ça soit subtil, que ça apporte des notes supplémentaires, en fait, voilà, pour les dégustations, des choses comme ça.
Donc le chêne français est plus doux,
plus
élégant.
Voilà, après, ce qui peut se comparer, c'est le chêne d'Europe de l'Est aussi, qui va être un petit peu...
You only got to disclose it once you get big enough. Start the company very small. People do it. I mean, I reckon there should be caveats for home distilling. Like if I'm doing it just for shits and giggles to make whiskey for myself, and I don't have any intention of marketing a product, I don't want to sell it. I just want to make whiskey, and I want to store it in a closet for 10 years and drink it 10 years later. Why should I have to pay taxes on that? That doesn't make any sense. Why should the government even care that I'm doing that? Like, and why should they profit off of it? That doesn't compute at all. But that's the law. Don't risk jail. Yeah. It's weird. It's like it's one of those weird substances which is fully legal, fully regulated, but yet does it need to be? Like if I want to make myself a base spirit and then flavor it in 10 years' time to pull it out of a cask and drink it, why would the government need to know about that? Like it doesn't even compute to me. I can't even understand it when I say it. In New Zealand, we can make spirits at home, no problem, as long as you're not selling it. Are you sure about that, dude? Because I think we looked into New Zealand as well, man. That's why they care, because the profit. But I'm not selling it though. Oh, but they profit. Yeah, it's lousy, isn't it?
Au chêne français, mais voilà, C'est vraiment la Rolls du chêne.
La Rolls du chêne. Nice.
La Rolls du chêne.
It's not only different types of oak that can be used in winemaking, though, as these oak barrels can be recycled and reused, normally around 4 times. Newer oak barrels will have much more intensity of flavour, and as such will require a more powerful wine to match this. The opposite goes for an older barrel. Winemakers will also choose how toasted they want their barrels to be. A lightly toasted barrel can have completely different flavours to a heavily toasted one. Winemakers will even request the specific characteristics that they want from a cooper. Often oak can take time to...
Yeah, we can, Gibbs. Loads of people do it. We just never got around to doing it. Okay, I thought we looked at that, but I'll give you the benefit of the doubt there. You're a New Zealander. You live there. You probably know. My bad.
Integrate with a wine, so a wine fermented or matured in a high percentage of new oak will often need time to age and develop in bottle to integrate these flavours before being at its prime.
So of all the oak barrels you use here at Smiford Lafitte, what percentage are new barrels and what percentage are reused barrels?
She sounds like I like it when she speaks French. When she speaks English, she sounds like a real, like Eshe, you know, like community, like a chav. Yeah, what percentage of barrels? A Valley girl, right. To put it into a US perspective, but she sounds more sophisticated when she speaks French.
Nous, voilà, donc sur l'année, bon, je fais à peu près 500 barriques par an. Ce qu'il faut savoir,
This guy looks like Ricky Gervais with black hair.
c'est que le premier vin passera en barrique neuve. Voilà, lui, le premier vin en barrique neuve. Et le second vin passera en barrique il y a déjà un an en fait. Voilà. Et après, il faut savoir qu'une fois que 2-3 ans après, ben, nous, on revend les fûts. Voilà, à des
Like
petits
totally,
châteaux
for
qui
sure.
recherchent moins ce goût de neuf.
Literally,
Voilà.
every second word is I literally went to space. No, you didn't. Unless you have rockets, you didn't get to space. No, I literally went to space last night. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. You stayed on Earth. Literally, dude.
C'est comme ça qu'il y a un roulement, en fait, un cycle. Bah, disons que c'est justement, on va dire, le vin a des tanins aussi. Et le chêne aussi a des tanins.
Netsky, what I didn't realize was when you swap crypto for another crypto, it's a taxable event here in New Zealand. Interesting. That's literally interesting. Literally.
Donc, quand on peut, par exemple, si on met de l'eau dedans et qu'on sort l'eau, on va voir que l'eau va être toute marron parce que c'est ces tanins, voilà, qui vont être transmis voilà, au vin et ça va absorber. Et c'est la chauffe aussi qui est importante parce qu'elle va apporter ces notes différentes qu'on va rechercher. Voilà,
By the way, are those donation alerts, or that's just an alert? Are they loud enough? Because I want to say tweak and trigger. I can tweaker. I can fix that. I think they're loud enough. I'm digging through years of my tax returns for shitting. Oh no, that sucks, dude. Sorry to hear that. It's perfect. Alerts are good. Okay, cool. Because yeah, that's all running through the Roadcaster as well. It's kind of the way I've got this set up is pretty unique. It's feeding into the Roadcaster, and therefore I have levels, Jerry, and then it feeds it back to OBS using the mic aux, and that's and yeah, the Stream Deck comes into it. It's so rad. I'm so psyched on my process now.
I just wanted.
That's going to be weird. I won't use those stupid. There's all kinds of. I'll add my own effects to this, but right now, that's dumb, right? I'll add my own to it. It's stupid.
Comme si on pouvait comparer ça à du pain grillé, voilà, on toste vraiment comme on veut le pain.
Oak barrels are actually used for many different types of wine, including.
I want to add those. I want to add like. Instead of, I'll add into that.
Sweet wines and even champagne. Stephanie spoke to Aline Bally at Chateau Coute in the sweet wine appellation of Sauternes Barsac to understand the role of oak in sweet wine production.
I'm going to take you into the barrel room, and this is a very special room for us at Chateau Coute because we have over 800 barrels in what is one of the longest cellars in Bordeaux.
Seriously?
So let me turn the lights on.
Oh, wow.
There you go. So now we're in the barrel room.
Yes.
And you're going to see a lot of
That's such a response for someone turning a light switch on. Oh, wow. Watch this.
So let me turn the lights on.
Oh, wow.
There you go.
That's like, that's an overreaction for a light switch. Oh, wow. What that's like when they went to space when in the Bezos rocket. Wow.
So now we're in the barrel room.
Yes.
And you're going to see a lot of different oak. We use up to 10 different barrel manufacturers, all French oak, mostly new French oak, because when you're making Sauternes, in the case à côté, we're fermenting in the barrel, and we don't want any yeast to be stuck in the barrel, so we need very tight pores.
So what would be the difference?
Wait. We don't want any yeast to be stuck in the barrel, so we use really tight pores because they're fermenting. So they're taking the sugar into alcohol in the barrel. So the yeast converts to the yeast reacts with the sugar to create alcohol inside the barrel. You still get sediment though. How do you get rid of that? She's saying we don't want that in the barrel. That's what she said, right?
In the case à côté, we're fermenting in the barrel, and we don't want any yeast to be stuck in the barrel, so we need very tight pores.
So what would be the difference in flavor if you didn't ferment it in the barrel?
So the oak component will add some vanilla characteristics. We're not looking actually for a lot of oak characteristics in Sauternes. We're looking for a barrel that is a safe environment for the fermentation process. We only
Okay. Hold on. Sorry to do this, but this is a load of wank. This is a load of wank. The way she's talking, it just seems wanky, right? They're talking about the tannins and the oaky flavors, and it doesn't. She kind of contradicted herself. She said the question was something about what are the flavors, and she started to answer, and then she said we're not looking for flavors.
We're not looking actually for a lot of oak characteristics in Sauternes. We're looking for a barrel that is a safe environment for the fermentation process.
Then don't use a barrel. If you're just looking for a safe environment for the fermentation, just use a steel keg. Why do you got to use a barrel then? All this stuff. At the beginning of this video, they made it very clear that the idea of using a barrel was to transport wine across the ocean. Somehow that's transformed into 2025, where we talk about the flavor profiles and the enhancements and the tannins, and that's not what it was for. We just needed to get it from A to B, and that's all we had. We didn't have steel back then. We just had timber, so that's what we used. It seems like the wine connoisseurs have taken this and just ran with it and marketed it, and someone's making bank on it.
We only have one fermentation in Sauternes, only the alcoholic fermentation. So if there's anything in the barrel that will encourage a second fermentation, we're going to have some difficulties. Thus, the importance of having a clean, very tight pour barrel.
Okay, and that's the
What's tighter than wood in terms of porous? Steel. Why don't you use that? If you don't want any of the extra flavor profiles from the woods, use steel. Simple. No, but it's not arty. It's not gourmet, you know. This is from the JD snob who hates other bourbons. Okay, fair. Look, I like other whiskeys. I'm a fan of others. The one here, I can't get it. It's holding something up, but I like other whiskeys. Shut up. Just because you're right. Shut up.
Down that says that you must vinify and ferment your wine in the barrel?
So the appellation rules really are how we work the vineyard. There's also some rules in the vinification, but in terms of their barrels, there's no specification
It's a
on that.
choice.
Yes.
And I imagine that it's a costly choice for you.
Yes, absolutely. Barrels are a very big investment every year.
So there's no rules that say you have to use oak barrels, but we choose to. But we also want a barrel that's non-porous and that doesn't give any flavor profile. But we choose to use oak barrels because it's wanky.
Especially in our case, we're using up to 90%, 100% new oak barrels. We're going to keep some of the one-year barrels for...
She's using up to 90% new oak barrels. Didn't they say before the new barrels are the ones that really get most of the profile? So you've got to use a real strong wine in it? I'm seeing through this because I just think it's a bit wanky. I've seen people make it in giant steel vats and then toss in a piece of oak. Yeah, exactly. You throw in a little bit of oak, it flavors it right there. You don't need to make the barrel out of oak unless you want to be old school and like appeal to those connoisseurs.
Example, our second wine, but yes, every year we're trying to bring in as many new barrels as possible, and we're going to adjust our toast based on the characteristic of the wines.
So how much does a barrel cost?
We're looking at a range from 600 euros to over 1,000 euros per barrel.
Wow, so it's a hefty investment.
Absolutely.
You could probably save money there by using steel. If all you need was a non-porous surface to like ferment the wine, and you don't want the flavor profiles of the timber, you probably could just use steel. Just saying.
Why is oak more expensive than stainless steel?
You have to take into account raw material. So you need to get the wood. Then there's definitely the knowledge, the savoir-faire, if you will, of the cooper. So all those elements come to a piece of artwork, if you will.
People pay more for
No doubt that oak barrels.
People pay more for traditions. That's exactly what we're seeing here, and they house it in these beautiful old church buildings, and it makes it all romantic and lovely. And then you go to buy a bottle of this wine, and it's like, yes, 400 euros, sir. It's like, what? 400 euro for a bottle? Well, it's coming from the aged cooper of the Chateau de Cardboard. It's all a load of bollocks.
Integral to the process of winemaking, and there really aren't any substitutes that can achieve the same characteristics and complexity that they bring to wine. Wine trends are cyclical, however, and currently the heavy use of oak is diminishing, but oak is still a fundamental tool.
The heavy use of oak is diminishing. So at the very end of this 8-minute video, they went, oh yeah, by the way, this process is no longer used except in this one wanky place. What a load of shit. Steel is cheaper than oak because of China. Let's grab this YouTube extravaganza from Trump. I'm going to search it up here. We're going to end on this, by the way. Trump, I'm over here now. Trump Federal Reserve building, federal funding, Federal Reserve chairman. This one. It's got to be this, right? This is it. This is probably one of the funniest things I've seen in a long while. Check this out. Saw this on the H3 podcast this week or last.
Looking at the construction, and we're with the chairman, as you know.
So what they're doing, they're touring this construction of a Federal Reserve building, and there's been a little bit of excess spending. The budget's blown out, and Trump has the reason why. This is gold. Jerome Powell is a buffoon. Check, this is gold though.
Looking at the construction, and we're with the chairman, as you know. Chairman, come on over. And we're just taking a look at what's happening. You know, it's a tough construction job. They're building basements where they didn't exist or expanding them, and a lot of very expensive work. There's no question about it. And Tim has been with me for a long time, and you're in charge of the committee.
Indeed. One of the reasons why I wanted to see it was the overruns of the expenses, wanted to figure out why.
So this gentleman on the left here is already alluding to the fact that this guy here is already alluding to the fact that the budget has blown out on this project, and he wants to come down and he wants to be there to see why they're spending more money. So just go back a bit to hear Trump line that up, because Trump's kind of saying like, we're here to investigate this project, but by the way, we spent way more than we said we should. It just gets better and better.
It's a tough construction job. They're building basements where they didn't exist or expanding them, and a lot of very expensive work. There's no question about it. And Tim has been with me for a long time, and you're in charge of the committee.
Indeed. One of the reasons why I wanted to see it was the overruns of the expenses, wanted to figure out why.
Yeah. So we're taking a look, and it looks like it's about 3.1 billion. It went up a little bit, or a lot.
Remember, Trump is a builder. He knows his stuff. He just said it went up 3.1 billion, a lot. Hey, Lou Rock on D Live. Mayonnaise. Thank you, man. How you doing, dude? Thanks for the ice cream there. And then check the chairman of the Federal Reserve here. He's just gone, it went up to what? And he's just shaking his head. Check this out. Just the way this happens, it's so
why.
Yeah. So we're taking a look, and it looks like it's about 3.1 billion. It went up a little bit, or a lot. So the 2.7 is now 3.1.
I'm not aware of that.
Yeah, it just came out.
Yeah, I haven't heard that from anybody at the Fed.
Yeah, it just came out.
He's got this document already prepared. He's like, yeah, but it's gone up from 2.7 to 3.1 billion. Yeah, this has just happened, and I happen to have the document right here. It's so funny because the obvious reason this piece was made was to present the fact that this budget has blown out of proportion, and to present it to those that actually need to know, and do it live to television so that you can't fake it, or it can't be misconstrued. But the responses and the way it lines itself up, like, watch the body language.
Figure out why.
So we're taking a look, and it looks like it's about 3.1 billion. It went up a little bit, or a lot.
He's shaking his head.
The 2.7 is now 3.1.
I'm not aware of that.
Yeah, it just came out.
Yeah, I haven't heard that from anybody at the Fed.
Yeah, it just came out.
He's even that document he pulled out of his pocket. It's even got those things that lawyers do, where you've got a like initial here, and there's like a little tag. You can see it right there, the little yellow tag. It's like that's the key. That's the key point that you've got to read. The budget's it's gone out from 2.7 to 3.1 billion. Every good lawyer knows never ask a question you don't already know the answer to. Trump got him. Psych. You think Trump gets him here? I don't know.
A little bit, or a lot.
I don't know. I feel like Trump's pulling a Swiftie here. Like Trump's pulling one over this guy right now.
Why?
Yeah. So we're taking a look, and it looks like it's about 3.1 billion. It went up a little bit.
Look at him shaking his head.
So the 2.7 is now 3.1.
I'm not aware of that.
Yeah, it just came out.
Yeah, I haven't heard that from anybody at the Fed.
Yeah, it just came out.
It just came out.
Our notes had it about 3.1 as well.
3.1.
3.2. This came from us?
Yes. I don't know who does that.
You're including the Martin renovation. You just added. Yeah, you just added in a third building. Is what that is. That's a third building,
Well,
including
no,
the
but
Martin building.
it's a building that's being built.
No, it was built 5 years ago. We finished Martin 5 years ago.
It's part of the overall work.
Trump added a building that's been built 5 years ago into the budget, and this guy's like, no, that building's already in existence. And Trump's like, no, it's being built. No, it was built 5 years ago. Oh no, it's part of the overall package. I love the way he does that. It's Ricky Gervais. It's so he's using the hands to illustrate his point. It's like it's part of the whole package. This is awesome. This has to be one of the funniest interactions. It almost looks too good. It almost looks like the whole thing's staged.
It just came out.
Our notes had it about 3.1 as well.
3.1.
3.2. This came from us?
Yes. I don't know who does that.
You're including the Martin renovation. You just added. Yeah, you just added in a third building. Is what that is. That's a third building,
Well,
including
no,
the
but
Martin building.
it's a building that's being built.
No, it was built 5 years ago. We finished Martin 5 years ago.
It's part of the overall work.
But it's
So,
not new.
So we're going to take a look. We're going to see what's happening, and it's got a long way. Do you expect any more additional cost overruns?
Don't expect them. We're ready for them, but we have a little bit of a reserve that we may use, but no, we don't. Expect to finish in 2027.
That's awkward. That's an awkward exchange of budget that's just blown right out of proportion. Trump said he worked for him, he'd be fired. The point is wasteful spending is out of control. I mean, at that point, there's something that needs to be addressed right there, right? There's a problem going on right there. And Trump's covering it up. For sure. That was funny, Lou Rock. Yeah, funny time. There's been a number of interesting encounters with Trump in current affairs and different clips and whatnot. Like I didn't bother clipping them because they just came and went so quickly. But there was that one where he said, what did he say? There's the biggest load. Yeah, there's just, how do I don't want to, anyway, but look, there's plenty of instances of this, and it just continues on, and it's a funny, whether you like the guy, whether you're against him, whether you're for or against his campaigns and he's just a funny man to watch. It's like I said at the beginning of this has become the most interested I've been in US politics ever because of Donald Trump. Whether you agree or disagree, it's the most interesting it's been. He's a very, very compelling man. I'm going to get out of here right now, though. I want to thank you all for being here. It's been a while since I've streamed 2 days in a row like this. We streamed yesterday. I did a late stream last night with Poopsie. I'd encourage you to go and watch that if you want to go and see the replay. It's on my YouTube channel. I got banned from Party, and then I got reinstated today. If you want to learn about what happened there, that's at the very beginning of this stream where I got reinstated. Talked about that then. But as it stands right now, I'm going to get out of here and just look for more streams from me. I'm going to be streaming more often where I can. Probably tomorrow, actually. I'm probably going to stream tomorrow. Going to try to keep it up and be more present on the live platforms. Cheers for everybody being here. Thank you. I encourage you to watch on Kick where you can trigger alerts and whatnot. That's fun. You can watch it wherever you want, but if you're on Kick, you can trigger these alerts, and that's cool. Good times. Cheers as all. See you on the flip side. Do I play that at the end of the... I can't remember if I played that at the end of the stream. No, I won't play that at the end. We'll just roll this out for 30 seconds. See ya.